Kick. I would like 3 chicken wing with the fried rice. I would like 3 chicken wing with the fried rice. I would like 3 chicken wing with the fried rice. I would like 3 chicken wing with the fried rice. Used to eat Chinese on the lake.
Oh, we're on Just Another Podcast, episode 4, season 2, the best pod in the 757.
Yes, sir.
What up?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We had what this is actually episode 38.
Good.
But we started a new season when we came into a new space. Up the guests, we got a legend on the couch.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Mr. Kieth Murray.
Peace.
Out here.
All time great.
Out here.
Yeah. Hey, best pod in the 757. Shout out to everybody on YouTube. Shout out to everybody on Spotify, Apple, everywhere else you listening. Shout out to G-Man Entertainment. Make sure y'all checking out the Monopoly series. Remember, we got a contest going on. When we get to 300, I'm giving away the first $100. And hey, let's jump right into the pod. How y'all feel about COVID-19 shutting down everything?
How is that affecting you? That affecting you in any way?
Yeah, I can't
breakout.
watch the NBA.
Facts.
Or
we
the
was
tournament.
We was just talking about that.
And 2 shows in Africa may be postponed.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Because you can't fly out.
And then my
sure you're
kid's
talking
school was canceled today.
So you gotta find a setup.
Yeah.
Nah, they good. I watched them and then they was watched and then their mother came home when I went to the airport. So we was
So you good. How you conducting yourself in the airport? Not touching nothing?
How what?
How you conducting yourself in the airport? Not touching
Like I
nothing?
normally always do.
No, okay.
I never really touch nothing anyway. I have a germophobia anyway.
Yeah,
So
you came in with the elbows off deck. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the hand
We all-
sanitizer
we
here.
all
I
do
never
that.
eat out and never do none of that.
So you're not eating no bat?
I never really eat out and food just don't
They
look
eating
good.
bat, bro. That's how this shit got spread.
What are y'all thinking? Hold up. We done heard so many different things. Because Caitlin told me that it came from camels.
What?
That's what she was saying.
I haven't heard that one.
That's new to me.
Whoa.
Whoa.
What?
Huh?
That's what I read.
Somebody fucking a camel?
That's a sick.
So they seen that dude.
So they humping. That's a good one.
Yeah, animals. You seen that dude with having sex with the chicken?
Yeah. I was just showing you that. I was just showing it to you.
Nasty.
Yo,
Nasty.
that's what I'm talking
That's
about.
why that shit coming over here.
That's what
Like
that's the kind
That's
of
been happening
shit.
since the beginning of the time with the
Yeah,
sheeps and all that over here.
Yeah,
That's
that
gross.
be-
They
yeah.
nasty.
Yeah, that
I
be
heard the
steroid
bat
shit.
as well. I heard it was from a bat.
Yeah.
I heard bat too, but
I heard that
she's
somebody was eating bat.
yes.
Yeah.
and
That's
they
a delicacy
contracted
over
it, and then it came over here
Yeah,
and
it's a
everywhere
delicacy.
else. And,
Right.
I mean, it's
Disgusting.
affecting a lot.
Yeah,
For
it's
me,
affecting a lot.
I mean, the basketball stuff is important to me as well because I'm a huge sports fan. NCAA tournament, very
Canceled.
important
Done.
time of the year. But I know it's serious because they wouldn't cancel that because that's big money.
Right.
They wouldn't
Billions.
just cancel that.
It's billions.
Yeah, they wouldn't just cancel something like that if it wasn't something really going on.
I guess
Right.
I think it's a crock of bullshit, but
But that's how you know. But that's how you know it's not a crock of bullshit because the
Because-
motherfuckers is losing money.
Yeah, a lot of money.
a lot of money.
Yeah.
The NCAA tournament is one of the biggest
Yeah.
sports events ever. Like
They
Especially
would
for
lose
us.
more money if they didn't cancel it. With all the lawsuits and
Yeah.
everything.
Oh, yeah,
They
for sure.
preserve and
if
everything.
people get sick and all that.
They just canceled. I don't know if y'all know about it. There's something in the water festival.
Yeah,
Pharrell
I
puts
saw
on out
that
here.
today.
They just officially canceled it today. We're all real sad about it.
I heard
Yeah.
my fucking
Coachella's postponed.
Yep.
South by Southwest canceled.
Something in the water set out the letter, but it said postponed,
says
but it was for
postponed
next
till
year. It was
next
like
year.
2021
That's
April.
They initially said they weren't gonna.
I know, they did.
postpone
They
it.
did.
Put
We were
out
hyped.
a
Yeah.
message that said we're not gonna postpone.
Correct,
it. And then
correct.
like 2 days later, but I guess they had to follow suit.
They had to.
Which
South by
I
South.
can't be mad about none of it. I mean, if they feel like they're trying to protect people, you know.
Man.
So that's obviously affecting how you interact with your fans when you out here.
Well, I'm really second it off anyway, and I don't. It's not really hitting me how real it is because I watch the news all the time and I see the areas is in, and I don't
Yeah.
frequent them areas. But one person could come from somewhere you don't know and spread it. But you know,
You been back to New York recently? You been back to New York?
You just got here
I've
today.
been back
Okay.
to New York.
Yeah, you just came here from New York?
Yeah, that's where I'm from.
How's New York?
It's my daughter's school was shut down today because they said one teacher had it.
Damn.
The middle school, and I'm on the Southern State. And I see people driving; they got it on their face. In the airport, I see it. The airport's is desolate.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, it's real, because I really don't go outside much in public anyway, until I have to go work or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, they saying that's how we gonna beat it.
They just shut down our school.
Everybody just stay away.
Yeah, everybody stay in the house.
Well, this is affecting, people like us who use music to make a living.
Right.
Like, we don't work a regular job. It's affecting me already.
Right.
I had a gig canceled tomorrow. I was DJing the St. Patrick's Day parade in Norfolk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they having all the St. Patrick's Day events in Richmond are canceled too.
And but that was a paycheck for me. Like, I don't work for nobody, and this is how I make a living.
Right.
So when this stuff happens, my family suffers from it as well.
Yeah, everybody's affected for sure because everybody can't work from home. My job, fortunately, I can work from home, but everybody doesn't have that luxury. But yeah.
My job has been dabbling in the market, and that shit is fucking me up right now.
My pops has lost $30,000 in 2 weeks.
Yeah, they saying they saying we might go into a recession.
My engineers from Canada, he was supposed to come here Friday. They stopped all travel for until momentarily. You can't come in.
And we stopped travel to Europe, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, there's several other places that they're trying to keep us from going to as well. That are like frequent hotspots that a lot of tourists travel because those, everybody's there and it's rampant in those places.
What are y'all thoughts on the actual science of everybody saying it doesn't really affect people that are younger? You got to be like a little bit 60 plus with a bad immune system for it to really be a threat to you. How do y'all feel about that versus
I'm not taking
just
no
the
chances
panic
with it at all. Versus no matter who they say it's going to affect. I got a newborn child. I got small kids. I'm not taking chances.
But that's like with anything. A strong immune system will fight off things, and people with less melanin and older don't have a
shout out to the
stronger
melanin
immune system. Yeah.
Well, I can't say that.
Hey, you are really our first white person on the couch, brother.
Get out of here.
Ass.
Hey, I didn't even think about that. He said, "Welcome, man."
Welcome.
Wow.
Hey, you know what's funny? My dad keeps telling me, he said, "Bro, man, I got a guy at my job, man. He's a white dude, but he down. You should have him on the pod." Like he
He invited to the cookout.
I
So according
guess.
to your dad.
According to my dad.
Ain't nobody having cookouts right now.
I know. Cook in.
We seen a dude at the grill when we was leaving the apartment, though. At the grill.
Today?
Yes,
Bro,
today.
what you
by
cooking
himself.
up? You better be cooking up a vaccine.
He was cooking us nothing. He looked like he couldn't
Shit.
cook either.
Didn't they say
Alright.
they found it though? The vaccine?
It's
I seen
They're working
Was
on
it
it,
you
but
that
they
sent
don't
the
have it.
article?
Nah, that wasn't me who sent the article.
No?
But
no, I
seen
sent
it.
I sent to
I saw it
YouTube.
somewhere.
So there's some place in San Diego where they said they're close. Some place in Canada they said they're
It's
close.
so hard to believe everything you read. Like, you never
Facts.
really know until it
Yeah.
comes from a reliable source.
Until they got the vaccine at Walgreens, I don't believe it.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
I was
valid.
watching the news, and they said that I don't know if it came from the Associated Press or not, but it said you can stay home and cure it yourself.
That's a
like
fact.
as if it was
Yeah.
the flu.
Yeah, because a lot of the
They-
cases
They
aren't.
keep
A lot of the
portraying
cases
it in the
aren't
news
critical.
like it's killing every fucking body. They keep saying,
Well, that's
oh
what
my
I was
God, everybody's
asking,
dying.
A lot of people.
No,
A lot
it's
of people.
like,
A lot of
it's
Everybody's
okay.
not dying from it.
Exactly.
It's
About
like a
3%.
1.2%
Exactly. But I'm
death
saying
rate
the way
in the
they're
United States
spreading it.
alone. There's
Correct.
1.2% of people dying in the United States from it.
That's my
Obviously,
point.
it can get worse, but
If you don't
Even
combat
still,
it in time.
yeah.
People are like
Correct.
losing their shit. They shit in bricks every fucking where.
yeah, I
I'm
couldn't
like,
get no toilet paper
relax.
yesterday. Speaking shit
Chill.
and bricks,
Yeah,
What?
man.
couldn't get no toilet paper.
None.
Went to 3
Oh, I heard
Walmarts,
about that.
and I wasn't even trying to stock up. I just needed something to wipe my ass temporarily.
Just
Shit
a
hit the
regular,
fan, bruh.
a regular
I'm so
12
glad I
pack.
had some in the house.
Yeah.
I might have like 1-2 more rolls. I might have to go out
Yeah,
there
you
and
better
fight
be careful.
somebody.
Yeah, you better get out.
man.
Or you be paper towel.
I'm about to be selling the rolls at the
Better go
crib.
grab.
paper
Better go grab a
towels.
leaf.
What are the
that's
Viva
gross.
ones? The
Hey, but
cloth-like texture?
One alternative though, they're not touching them baby wipes or the wet ones.
I know, but what sucks
True.
about that is that some people got babies who need those.
True that.
Hey,
But then your asshole be wet. I don't like that.
Yeah.
What?
I'm not a
just
fan.
wipe a
so,
towel.
so you don't condone the grocery eating then.
No.
Don't listen, man. She crazy.
Tried it. It's not
She is crazy,
Hey.
man.
Tried it.
Hey,
It's not for
dry
me.
my asshole.
Get one of them toilets that spray you in the ass.
No, I don't know.
Oh, bidet.
So y'all make y'all living
Internet, how
going
did we get
around
here?
doing music.
Okay.
I know y'all seen
Oh,
the baby
yeah.
slap the fan. How do you feel about that? You move around, you do
Keep Murray
you do
like
shows. He like, are you aligned?
Like, not
Listening
playing
to
with
what
it.
he's saying, taking it in.
True.
I'm trying to register what he's saying.
So you didn't see? So the baby was doing a show. Where was he at? Do you know where he's at, Abe?
I'm not
No.
Well, the fan, it was a woman. She had a flashlight in his face, And
He shoot video on or something.
yeah, he was recording.
And she
on her
tapped
walk-in.
him. She tapped him in the face.
She did.
He smacked the shit out of her.
No, he two-pieced her. Like
Yeah.
he threw,
he like
he
stopped,
threw a
paused, and he
combo at her.
slapped her. It's on
He
video.
said he thought it was a dude. He didn't see her because the light was in his
But that's
face.
what I'm saying. For one,
How long ago was this?
This happened like last
It's like
week.
last week.
I probably heard it. I seen it on the feed. But what was the consequences for him for that?
We don't know
They're
yet.
suing him.
Yeah, he did the cleanup.
she
He
got a
said he was
lawyer.
trying to, get her out
It
to a
wasn't a
show for
cleanup.
free. No, he tried.
apologized.
He got on
Yeah, I
camera
did
and
see
said,
that. I
yeah.
seen that.
I mean, even if it was a dude, he's still
Hang
gonna
on,
get
So he
He's
sued.
seen it
still
was
gonna get
assault.
sued.
Showing us a pattern.
Did he
though.
get
Everywhere
arrested?
He, go,
He hasn't been
violent.
arrested yet, but she
At
did.
this point, I'm
She
like,
did retain
you're
a
just
lawyer.
violent.
That's his style.
Retained a
just
lawyer,
violent.
does she press charges?
From right
She
now, I
was
think.
going to, but I think he resolved it.
Oh,
You know
because
what I'm
if
saying?
you get assaulted, they go to
Yeah.
police
Yeah, yeah,
and
they
you
go-
get charges,
I
they
think
go
he made
get
her an
you.
offer.
Then you
Oh, you
get
think he
bailed
made an
out.
offer already?
Then you
That's what
pay
they
a
said.
lawsuit.
Okay, I
The
haven't seen
baby
that
said
yet.
in the apology, I want to meet with her and make it right and talk about what
Yeah,
we can do.
I saw that.
You know what
but
that
then there
means
was a
money.
video. There was a video about
That
him
means
joking
bread.
about it too.
Joking
Before all
about
this
slapping her?
Yeah, he was joking with somebody about him like making light of it. But then when the shit started hitting the fan, you want to
That's when
apologize.
He got
it.
it damage
Yeah,
control.
Yeah, I saw that.
Is
Yeah,
he gonna
that's
change? Because he done did this too many
Yeah,
times.
What the fuck? Nigga, really?
Like, bro,
Is
but-
it
No.
is it hot for rappers out here like touring and traveling a lot? Do you feel like there's a target on your back to the point where you got to be paranoid like that?
Well, when you young and you come from the life of Raleigh and then you come into a fame and contract, it spills over. So you make mistakes and you're not aware that you're a target. Naturally, you are. When people see a chance for money, they ambulance chasers. They're
That-
trying to figure out how they can get money from you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And people lie and you do something, you make a mistake, they sue you. They get money from it. You
Right.
pay a lawyer, you pay a lawsuit. It's a civil suit.
Well, people purposely provoke you too.
Here's a combination.
I mean,
it's
yeah.
happened to me many times.
Yeah.
And then I learned, you know what I'm saying?
So
Yeah,
you
you
think
think-
he gonna learn?
He will eventually when his funds are exhausted and he's taking a loss and his show money or whatever money slow
Slowing
up.
Yeah, that probably coming with a
See, to
price,
me,
bro.
learn before
do.
that.
Yeah,
do.
you gotta let
You're
some
not if
shit
you're
go.
not advised by your caregivers and shown examples of what's going on, you learn the hard way.
You blame security on that? No, because he got security. What
He
they
was
doing
with
before they
security
walk
when
on?
he slapped her.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
but
You got
security-
so many times. Security can't make
Security
you.
is not your advisors, your caregivers. They're just there to block people and get a
Alert you.
paycheck. Security, most of the time, ain't trying to take a bullet. They there to be big bodies and do a job as to back people
So you
up.
think they more so as an intimidation factor
Exactly.
to deter, like a deterrent?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, they do step in, but it's more so to protect you from being hurt and stuff.
They
But
do
when
their
you reckless-
job.
When you reckless, they can't stop you.
And his security was on it. We already had another issue where his security stepped in and just straight up,
Didn't he level
not,
somebody? He knocked
yeah,
somebody
knocked
out?
the female straight out. But I think she was hitting him. She was hitting him. She was hitting the
I've
baby.
seen that too. They said it was her fault.
He always
reacted.
So, but that's
He's
what I'm
always
saying.
had
Can you
something.
blame? Can you
He
give
in
him
the
a little
mix.
leeway because he's been in situations like that? He had to remember. He had to shoot somebody in Walmart.
Well,
that was
that's
trying to
being
get
called
him.
young,
That was
dumb.
before
That's
he
being
got
called
on.
young,
But
dumb.
still,
and
that
full
could
of
that
color.
could
What
give
about that
you
dude he fucked up in the mall?
that could give you
I thought that was
PTSD.
fake.
That was, what the dude.
When he was in the Louis Vuitton store,
Uh-huh.
he beat up the dude and he
Yeah.
recorded it. I thought that was fake.
I don't know if it was or not, but it's something else that he.
I don't know.
It
It's
don't
just
matter.
Like a pattern
you
is
get
forming.
you get charges. You go sit down. You get bailed out. If you get tired of it, you have to go do time. Then you learn.
You think the fact that you making so much money kind of blocks that lesson because, like you said, you got the money.
you can get
You got
off
the
on it.
money
It
to
gives you
just
the- it gives you
nullify
the-
all this stuff. But once you maybe start leveling off and all that money ain't coming in, you might start being like, oh
But you
yeah,
can get away with it until you can't.
right.
Well, it gives you the case of the fuckers. Like fuck it, I'll pay for it. But then when
Right.
you
Feel you
stop
on that,
being
yeah.
hired, see when you draw people, promoters don't care. They like, I don't give a fuck as long as I can make money off the
He can do whatever
nigga.
he want.
And he's a liability. Let him be a liability. But when they start getting sued, that venue start getting sued, we can't have him.
He stops getting booked and then his money slow up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's when the lessons come.
Learn your lesson before that, fam.
real
That's all I'm
shit.
saying.
Some people never learn.
Yeah. Sometimes you can't break out of those old habits. Some people just can't do it.
Okay.
True.
Y'all got some good takes on this. I like this. The next one is
And then you'll get a black cloud over you, like Keith Murray. I'm from
speak
LOD.
on that, bro. Yeah.
I used to live that and street gang and then start going with a crowd of people. Now I don't have that. My manager is putting out the fires. Like I haven't done shit since I can remember.
Yeah.
But he's still like, yo, Murray, I'm putting out fires. I'm like, damn, these people are crazy. I'm the nicest person that you will ever want to meet. You can rub me the wrong way, I'll defend myself well, but I'm not going to spend the rest of my life in a cell the size of a bathroom for nobody.
Right.
And but you could be put in the ground too. And I have children now too. So it's different.
So you move different.
Where's daddy? Locked up for some bullshit.
Right.
And with my record, the DA will pick the case up even if it get dropped.
That's facts.
It's getting real in here.
Hey, rappers, live in peace and make your money, man.
And those
twice.
are rappers. You got rappers, then you got MCs, masters of ceremonies,
Talk
and
about
artists. It's all different categories.
Yeah.
Rappers rap. MCs move the crowd. Poets, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Choice of words, change lives. Be conscious of what you do. But then still, I don't give a fuck half the time. You fuck with me, I fuck with you.
Yeah, you human at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it complex. But still, you just got to know you got more to lose than that.
Then you got a group of people who don't know no better. You don't have to do nothing. I did 3 years for some shit I didn't do, but I was a ringleader. I got away with a lot of shit. I can't cry and say, no, he did it. Them niggas ain't come and say, yo, ma, I'll take that charge. What I do, get out of jail, get $1 million, get them right back around me. Now they ain't around me no more because it panned out. I only got a certain few selective people. Look, I got chills. Shit is real.
You always gotta watch the company you keep when you're in a position.
But they my brothers. I won't turn my back on them. I just can't fuck with you.
Keep them
I
on
feel
a
you.
short
Kinda,
leash.
yeah,
You
you
love
kinda-
them, but you love them at a distance.
Yeah, I got shows in New York. They don't even show up. Like, I don't need you.
It's a fact.
Facts. That's the
Damn.
same shit we face everywhere. Shit I do here in Virginia, and people supposed to be my closest friends, my brothers. We grew up together since kids. But I got strangers coming to my show before you come.
Exactly.
I definitely feel you on that, brother.
That's how it is. I mean,
Like, I'm in Miami. Y'all in Miami. Oh, put me on the list.
Facts.
Yeah.
Oh, the show start now. Nah, I text you. The show's later. They never show up. Other niggas like, I'm tight.
All that
I didn't
good
come
shit.
with them. Oh, I fell asleep. I'm like, I ain't need you in the first place.
Yeah.
everybody.
But
wants
when
to
you
get
see a
in
chance
free.
for money, you want to come. Fuck out of
They
here.
all want to get in free to everything.
Everybody.
Every one of your
It's all
homies.
good.
Everybody
Get
wants
in
the free
freaking on the
pass.
list, but don't. You're not. I already know. I already know what's going on.
You know,
I'm
the
here to do my
position
job.
Where I'm in, you know, me getting you in free, I'm losing money. You know what I mean? So
Support.
I want you. Look, you can't buy a $10 ticket or a $15, $20.
That's
ticket.
real support. When you doing something, somebody like, hey, I'm
And they like, nah, I wanna
gonna pay for
pay.
your
Yeah, right,
stuff. Everybody wants to
Look,
come in
can
for
me and my
free.
wife get in free, man?
Nah,
Or me and
man,
my
why?
girl, like, bro, you taking money out of my pocket. This is how I make a
Support the
living.
business, man.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Yeah.
What's y'all thoughts on Meg's contract disputes
Supporting
right
the
now?
business.
Who?
Meg the Stallion.
You heard about her
Contract
situation with her
dispute?
contract?
She got a
I be
She got
seeing
some
that
different
feed
contracts,
come
right?
through.
She got like 3 different contracts or something, ain't that what they said?
So
Yes,
she
they
got the
was the-
production deal with 1501,
Rock
right?
Nation,
Rock Nation's her management.
something
But
else.
somebody owns all her music or something. What is it?
I
Man,
think that's 15.
Keith, when you was coming up, did
You
you?
want to answer the question first?
Okay, go ahead.
thank you.
No, you good.
Yeah,
No,
shut
no.
up, Chris.
1501's her production.
Fuck you up.
Rock Nation is her management, and I think she signed. Do y'all know?
I'm not sure.
I
just
she
know
had
Jay
300?
Prince
I
is
really
wrong.
can't remember.
300.
Kevin and
yes,
Leo.
yes,
Yeah,
correct,
yeah.
correct,
Those was
300,
used
yes.
to-
That's a
One of
district.
them owns everything of her, right?
That's Kevin. No.
The people who brought her to Kevin
That's
and them.
1501.
Original people.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I see her feed. I look at it. I go right past it. I ain't even interested in that shit.
I don't feel bad for nobody who didn't read the paperwork. I'm sorry.
Talk about it. Especially in this day and age.
Read the contracts.
When you was coming up and you was doing contracts, music was a lot different. Now I think it's easier for somebody to really
You can
get
figure out
on
anything on the
and
internet.
you know, they over there recording right now. Nobody's trying to sign no deal where you got to sign 7 off the top. Your first 7 projects is with them.
It's an
Nobody's
even
doing that.
playing field. If you apply yourself, you can make monetary gain from your intellectual property
Correct.
in uncountable amounts. Or if you go get a deal, you're gonna have to get a 360 because these people are gonna put you on a plateau and give you a bigger stage.
Correct.
They ain't gonna get their money
And
regardless.
you
Yeah.
They
want
gotta
that.
recoup.
Yeah,
What
it's
did
different configurations.
We were talking, we just had a conversation earlier because I worked with a lot of artists who were really popping at one time or another.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm just an old school hip hop head, and I love the music and I love what they represent. But some of those guys haven't transitioned into being able to make money today. They work regular jobs, work in warehouses and drive a forklift and stuff. And these dudes were at the top of the game at one time.
How does that happen to them?
Like, you have to learn how to transition and be able to make money in different ways. You might not be getting top dollar to tour anymore. You know what I mean? You might have to do 3 or 4 shows to make what you used to make on one show. But
and have put the consumer in the purchasing mood to come out of their pocket 3 and 4 different ways on a consistent basis.
And a lot of them don't utilize the internet. You know what I mean? They don't.
Because then you got to align yourself with a team of individuals that know how to do that. You can't do everything yourself. You don't have the energy, but other people with other expertise that have the team. Because if you're a basketball team, you can't play all the positions and be the coach.
You got to learn how to play to people's strengths.
Correct.
Exactly. Help people help you.
But it's tough to do what Kieth has done and still be able to make a living solely off making music.
Correct.
As long as this man's been in the hip hop game, and this is what he still does for a living.
That's dope.
Because he loves it.
Yeah.
Well,
for one,
it's tough, but it's not tough when you are here on the wing of a prayer and blessed by the grace of God and talented. And you know what I'm saying?
But
some
motivated
people just
as well.
don't have it.
Some cats is lazy too. Like, if you got to get out here and do it. You got to do it.
Yeah, you got to have the energy.
Yeah.
And you got to be smart, and you got to preserve yourself.
Yeah, but that's when the love come in, because that'll expose you. Most people don't really love doing what they do, so you get exposed when you reach a roadblock or
That's
something
a lot
like
of
that.
one-hit wonder cats. They didn't love it. They just had one hit.
You're not gonna look for that. You're not gonna look for that detour when you don't got
most
the
of them
passion
don't even
for
know
it.
what to do with that money when it comes in.
No,
They
exactly.
go
all
so
the jewelry and
fast.
the
because they don't take the craft that seriously. When you take your work seriously, you take the money you make seriously too. You know what I'm saying?
And it's I have to, give credit to Eric Sermon, EPMD, Redman. That's my. I'm the youngest one of them, and then that's my team, and then I have a cult following, fortunately. So my fans is always looking for me to be consistent and out there rallying around the world. If I let them down and not consistent, then they can't support me. They can argue all day about who. But if I don't have new music, they just gonna listen to the same thing. They get bored.
Yeah.
And then you develop that cult following like he has, where people still want to hear him. You know what I mean? Like, but that's because he's continued to drop music over the years.
Or they want to see my gold and platinum albums and singles and special guests live. So I have to be able to make sure that I have a team or management and agency that keep my calendar filled up, and I'm there presenting myself to people around the world all the time. And then aligning myself on shows with other artists, new artists, and then flipping them that show on its end, turning it out. Until they walk away and be like, yo, that nigga still got it.
Every time I ever booked him, it was a very good show. Me and him, we've been friends for probably 8 years now. I brought him to Virginia. This is the 4th time. G-Man brought him here this time. He hit me up like, who's some of the artists that you work with? And I named them all, and he said, yo, I want Kieth Murray. So that shows you right there that people are still thinking about him. You know what I mean? So we made it happen, got him back here. Speaking of that, tomorrow night, Kieth Murray at West Beach Tavern.
West Beach Tavern.
What time?
Pull up.
9 p.m.
9
And
p.m.
look, don't worry about no corona. The only one there going to have a line.
It's an
Have a
intimate
line
show. There's a limited amount of people.
Yeah.
The tickets is like damn near sold out. You're going to walk up until the sheriff shut us down. So if you're into it, come and see a great show, and you won't be disappointed.
That's a fact.
Yes, sir.
Guaranteed.
That's hard. That's super hard. Do we want to talk? Y'all seen that? I was irked when I seen that video.
Did y'all see that video of that little girl getting jumped in Brooklyn?
I saw it.
Yeah.
That pissed me off to the max.
But what did she do? How did she trigger them off?
I don't know.
All they have is the
Unless-
jumping part. We don't know what else happened.
Yeah.
Unless she
They said
had
they
to do
took her-
something wild, like give them all AIDS or something.
Nah, it's like
She gave them all AIDS.
people
Yeah.
build
That's
up.
that's how extreme them jumping her was.
Yeah, but
Right.
people
Is there-
build up pressure.
Is there
like
any-
you females got a wild mouth.
But
Like
it-
lit, you was wild just now.
Oh.
And in my mind, I was like, "Oh shit, wow, word, wow, shit." You
little
told
wild.
somebody suck a dick. I was like, "That's how you get
Nah,
fucked up."
Chris be pissing me off. Chris is
I didn't
a
say,
wild boy.
yeah, but if you from,
Nah,
Chris
'cause
is
you
a
would do
wild
the
I didn't
same
want to
like
say
the
who
baby.
you said it to.
said it
But
to Chris. Chris
yeah,
didn't suck
you
a dick.
say that. Yeah, y'all females got a wild mouth, so you have to be able to defend yourself. Because you say that to volatile people, you have to. You'll get smacked.
It's a risk, but is there any excuse for that though?
Excuse me.
Nah,
For that
six
tip
of them
off.
on
It was
Remember,
Yeah,
you dealing
It
with
was
a bunch of
like
adolescents.
10.
Right.
It was like 10.
I thought it was like they said.
They
it was
showed
like grown
that
women
bitch. Your mouth get your head
Grown
popped off.
See, I don't give a
heard
fuck
it was
what she
grown
said.
women.
If it was just
Grown
words,
people.
She don't
still
give a
gotta
fuck
be
till
like
she
that.
got fucked
I
up.
might have just read
I
it wrong.
guess.
Yeah.
Hold up. So were
Was
they?
there any grown-ups beating her?
I thought it
No,
was.
Nah,
I think
it was all
kids.
teenagers.
They look like
They
they
kids.
were
They
in
said
high school.
they said after the fact one of the teenagers took her shoes off of her.
Oh my.
Oh yeah, they
So
robbed her.
they
They took her
labeling
phone,
that
they
as
took
the
her wallet and her
motive.
shoes.
That's why they label it on robbery.
Yeah.
They were hitting her with bats and stuff, weren't they?
No, I don't think
Nah,
that's
she was
another
just
one?
hands and
I don't
feet.
think there was any
Hands and
weapons.
feet.
They was
I think
kicking
another
her and they
one
was
was
jumping on her and
Yeah,
stuff.
people snap. You
her
see
head
the
was-
news,
hit her with a bat in the
motherfuckers
head.
snap. Kill
To
everybody
me-
in the fucking family.
I don't. There's no reason for that.
Yeah, because you have a tolerance level. Some people snap.
Yeah,
It builds up.
you got common sense.
My tolerance might be mad.
But you
high.
see, I mean, I ain't never seen.
And then
five
some people got violent issues.
Now I will say you got to read between the lines with those kind of situations because it was just a clip and the clip just
Well, you don't know what
started.
she did.
It didn't see the
But
build
tell
up.
me this.
But
What
in
she
my-
could have done to be jumped.
right, and that's what I'm
Did,
saying.
did,
I'm
did,
not.
did she
I'm not.
say what happened?
No,
They
that's
never
what I'm
came
saying.
out
It
with
had
it.
to be
There's
something wild.
always three sides to the
But
story.
even if I had beef with somebody, if I seen 5 motherfuckers beating the shit out of them, I'm not gonna jump in it and help.
Right, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Like that.
5 is
You
enough.
got it.
There's
yeah,
a
because
degree.
you never know what they got in their
Yeah.
pocket. You never
There's
know
a
what's going to
degree,
happen.
and those young men have to. They might not know, and I guarantee you they don't know. It don't matter what the reason was. You a man and you beating on a woman. So
Yes.
But
regardless,
they was never taught like that. You got to
Right,
remember
right,
where they
right.
from,
Yes.
Right, and that's
in the
the-
household. It plays a lot of factors.
Where were the
That's
other
the
people? But it
deeper-
was
that's the
people
deeper
watching
issue.
too.
And video.
True that, yeah.
Yeah, people
Somebody
recording.
could
It was
help.
bystanders. People
And
walking
that's-
So
around.
the
Step in
people
and be like,
recorded
come on.
it. That's the way they help. Like, yo, I'm gonna record it. I'm gonna film it, and then you will get dealt with. But I ain't gonna say nothing
Yeah.
because I don't want to be the victim too.
yeah, that can be a way to
And
help.
over there, you mind your business.
That can be a way to help. You can say
That's
that way to help.
help.
That is
because-
not a-
That's
because
not in
no,
the
because
movie.
it
It
ain't-
is.
no, because
It
think about it
is.
like this: if
It
it's
is.
15 dudes, and you try to stop,
You gonna
and
get
then you
your
end
shit
up
bashed
getting
in,
jumped,
too.
You will get killed. You
it
can get
depends
killed.
on who you are. Like if you're a grown ass man, nah, I'm not recording you. I'm gonna stop all this shit. But if you
You
like,
Chris,
if you a
Chris,
teenager-
hold up, time
your
out,
ass
though.
might get
Chris,
shot, stabbed
you
too.
got a daughter, bro.
yeah, but that
You
But
not-
that's not my daughter.
Oh man.
If it was my daughter, I'll stomp their asses out.
Yeah.
But if it's not my daughter,
but that's
I'ma think twice.
I don't know if I could sit and watch no girl.
Okay,
like,
but
But
you
both of y'all
remember,
are-
you're not from Brooklyn. You don't know how it is.
you right. You true. That's true. But
Them niggas will pull something out of your pocket and
That's-
you wouldn't be
that'll
sitting there
happen out
talking.
here. That can happen
It
out north.
could, but it
They do that
happens
everywhere.
more often in crowded places where people live on top of each other and brush shoulders.
that's both of y'all are right in a
Yeah,
sense.
yeah,
you
yeah,
have
yeah.
to have
No,
that
no,
community.
he
You
right.
have to have.
You know, he
you
right,
have
but
to
I
be.
just-
You
I
have
just-
to be community
I didn't grow up like
minded.
that. I can't sit there and watch no. If I
Yeah, you're right. That's what
I
I'm
couldn't
saying.
do it.
You have to be community minded, and we have to treat other people's children, unfortunately, like there are children. That's what community is
I'm not
about.
gonna
But then
lie.
You're
in
a
that
good
same-
Samaritan.
But then in that same breath, somebody can pull something out, just like you said, and if you got a kid to live
Hurt
for,
everybody out there.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I-
that'd be a
no,
good
I feel-
Samaritan,
yeah,
but
I
then
feel-
innocent bystanders get
Right.
caught in the crossfire.
Right, and then you literally might lose your life,
Yes.
and your daughter ain't
Or
got
your
nobody
freedom.
to protect her if something like
Or
that.
your freedom.
I
Because
feel-
you'll be in a cell for 5 years for something you didn't have nothing to do with. Police don't give a fuck. They gonna sit back. They gonna come get you regardless.
He's
and
you're
that's
right.
the
That
whole
cell is
that's the
not a
whole
place I wanna
problem with
be.
the issue. Like no issue
And
is
that's
that
why,
big.
not because that's why I look at us like animals. And I hate that shit.
Yeah.
That's true too.
Yeah.
They definitely treat us like animals.
Go ahead, what you were saying?
But that's the thing, man. We feed that imagery
They look
because
like
we
animals.
conduct
We
ourselves
are.
like that, and they cut it off. They cut the beginning, they cut the end, and they
And
just
then-
show
exactly.
They
Well,
just
fake
show
clickbait.
the
That's all
body
we
and
see.
shit.
And
Yes,
then they
exactly.
getting paid off of it.
Right,
Yes,
right,
exactly.
exactly. So we
All right,
can't
somebody
give
getting,
them.
paid for
We gotta
YouTube
stop
for that.
giving them footage. Period. Like don't give them no footage. But that comes with raising them boys better because they obviously won't raise right.
Yeah. I saw
I'm
one
from
little
both sides of the fence, so I
bro,
know.
one little
Yeah.
nigga, he ran in and jumped in like both feet, like on some Mario stomper. It was
Yeah, no
Because
regard.
her mouth was
no
probably
regard.
off the fucking hook.
And then there'll be the same ones that are
ain't no
shocked when
excuse
she
for
stopped breathing. Like when she stopped breathing, they'll be like,
Oh, I made a mistake. Then they
Oh.
think about
Too
it.
late then.
yeah.
Yeah. There's niggas in jail right now thinking about why they
Yo,
did that dumb shit.
teach your sons how to control their emotions. Period.
But
If
when you can't control
if
your
you-
emotions,
right.
you can't teach it.
If you angry, learn how to process it. If you sad, learn
to
how to
therapy.
process it.
My
Because
grandmother
you're gonna
told
run
us
with
a
it.
long time ago, all of us needed therapy. Never
Yeah.
had it.
Go to
Yeah.
therapy. People don't be wanting to go. Go to
My
therapy.
pops raised me. I wasn't raised by my mom, so I didn't have the emotional loving, caring. I had a tough upbringing, and my dad taught me to think with your head and not with your heart. So I always.
I
made
think that's a
decisions
man trait anyway. though.
using my
That's
brain.
But that's I be preaching
And I
that
have
shit.
fucked up and done some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But generally, through my whole life, I always try to make a decision based on
Think with your heart, not your
my head.
Think
Yeah.
with your brain, not your heart, and your little man, your little head.
That's right.
In
But
that
I made a
order.
lot of bad
No, in that
decisions
order.
with that.
That should be the last one.
We
That
all
should be
made
the
bad
last
decisions
head.
with that one too, though.
No.
Yeah. I only
Hey,
make good
better
decisions
be.
with mine. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Shit.
Wait a minute.
That should be the last
only
head.
make
That
good
should be the
decisions.
last one. Yeah. That's funny, man. Hey,
Does cheating mean you don't love someone?
that's our random question
That's
for
a
the
random
pod.
question from the fans.
Can you cheat on somebody and still love them?
That's the first question I saw, and I have somebody like a young stepson, and he was like, "Yo, you can cheat on, you can love somebody and cheat on them, but what's the definition of love?
Right.
I was gonna say.
There's a lot of different
And I
types
think-
of love.
Love is the highest elevation of understanding, with a force so strong it can't be broken, not
All right.
lusting over various emotions."
Bars.
You barring them up here. Let's go.
Hey,
Hey.
what else needs to be
That's
said?
the mathematics. I'm 5% God divine.
What else needs to be
Outside
said?
Divine, so that's mathematics. They teach you to think.
If you love somebody, are you giving them that second thought?
You're gonna hurt their feelings and go back, even if they don't know it. You breaking that bond.
Yeah.
That break that highest elevation understanding.
I
The
guess
force
so.
is strong can't be broken.
But you
and
know
yet
how-
lusting over various emotions.
Yeah.
More
but you
bars.
know how people have different love
More
languages
bars.
and shit? You
Love
know?
languages.
So
There's
it's
different-
not
Let her
always the
talk.
same.
Love languages. Let her talk.
So it's
Let
not
her
always
out.
the same. Like, for me, you speaking my love language means that you have consideration for me. So you are going to think of me before you do certain things. That's my love language. You have to think of me before you make certain decisions.
And then your
Everybody's
intuition
not
come
like
in.
that.
You can smell when something ain't right.
Oh, yeah.
Lydia, I feel like
Your spidey senses
That
can
intuition
tingle.
be off
You
like a bit.
no,
Like,
but I feel like consideration should coincide in everybody. I feel like love is something that you have, but some don't know what to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love you, but I don't know exactly how to act that love out.
Is that
love?
just
You know what I'm
a
saying?
feeling?
So I feel like you can. I feel like you can love somebody and cheat on them mistakenly.
Well, he keeps
But
saying
does
what
that-
is
does
Love
that mean-
somebody but not be in love.
But here's the
with them.
thing.
True. That's different.
That's a
It's
fact too.
it's not a mistake. You do it on purpose.
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Go
You
fuck
ain't
somebody
ready.
else.
You ain't
It's not a
ready.
mistake.
It's
Yeah,
not a
that's how
mistake.
that-
You have
thought out
Yeah.
act.
That's,
You ain't
you're right.
ready. It ain't
You have
mistake.
hella thoughts running through your mind, and that person doesn't hit your mind one time.
That's
They
what
do.
I'm saying
No, they
about
do.
consideration.
'Cause you
That's what
think
I'm
about
saying.
it when
that's,
you're
that's
doing
what I'm
it.
saying.
Exactly.
All
You did
love,
not
No,
consider
You
it.
don't thought about
do.
it.
all
Because I've
love.
been on both sides of that.
So
looking at me
does
like that.
Yeah, you don't
cheating
just trip
mean
and
you
fall
don't
in
love
the
a
pussy.
person.
You don't just
Yes,
trip and
cheating
fall in
means
there.
you
I've
don't love a
tripped- I've
person.
tripped and
That
fallen
shit
in
ain't
some
that
pussy
loose. You don't just trip
Nah.
and fall in
Made a
there.
mistake.
I've tripped
Make
and fell
you
in some
better
pussy
mistake.
before. I've tripped and fell
that's
like,
the
oh, the
loose
pussy
pussy.
right now.
He's Chris Featherson. I
That
believe
shit
him.
is loose then. You need to
gets
pick a
that much
different
of it.
bitch.
I've tripped and fell in some pussy.
That's my guy.
Like, oh,
That's
damn, I'm here.
ridiculous. Oh, damn,
How did
I'm
it?
here.
How did that
Oh,
happen?
yeah.
You know what I
How
mean?
this happen?
And then
Yeah.
you get around that person, and that person may have cheated on you. Then y'all emotions kick in.
Yeah.
Then you physical, but then they
Yeah,
kick
but that
back
means
in, and
both
you
of
hate
y'all are
them.
selfish.
Emotional.
You're both
That's-
selfish.
I got a question
You know
for
what?
y'all, though.
That brings. Go ahead.
But can't you love different people differently?
Yes.
And
that's
I
what
was
it
about to
is.
say.
Types of love.
Yeah,
I was
like-
about
There's
to
love for
say.
your friends. There's love for your wife. There's love for your kids. There's love
Yeah.
for your family. There's a bunch of different aspects.
Okay,
so
example,
listen, have y'all ever-
Islam, 7 wives.
Valid. Have y'all ever seen?
That's a
it's
whole.
called, like,
That's a whole.
There's
Hey, Caitlin was like,
conversation. I
no.
don't think
7?
no, for real. I don't think they want to have. I always
Just
say
one.
No,
Just
I
one
always
for me.
say. I
One
always
for me,
say.
dog.
One thing I say is, if you relate,
Hey, you
if
see? Oh,
one
wait,
for
whoa,
me,
whoa,
though.
whoa, 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 whoa. His significant other's in the room.
Yeah.
And they see the signals right now.
She
So,
Hey, look at her
if she wasn't
face.
in the room,
Look at her face.
if she wasn't in the room, he wouldn't be saying what he's saying the way
Thank
he's
you,
saying it.
thank you,
Hey,
Keith. Thank you,
okay.
Keith.
I walked in the
some.
room and said hi to her. She pointed right at him. I was like, goddamn, Fatty Girl was on. I was
Fatty
like,
Girl was on.
Yeah.
I was like, what's
Hey,
going
she a
on?
little young.
Goddamn.
But y'all
She
know
never
there's
heard Fatty
different.
Girl, so she didn't know.
There's
She didn't know.
You can
She didn't know.
Google.
I know, I get it, I get it.
But-
She a little young, so she didn't know.
I don't mean to put your business out in the street, but goddamn.
Everybody that knows, oh shit, I didn't even do it. B
So-
Hood's on the engineer.
No, but-
Do it,
You got
But look,
Abe on the cameras.
Hey, wait,
Liddy's
wait,
here.
say it again.
Oh, we got, because usually I introduce everybody that's on the pod. I introduce
Yeah.
y'all, but I ain't really. Hey, we got B Hood. He back there, you know,
we got
making sure.
Questlove.
We got Abe on the cam.
Hey.
No, Avery.
Okay.
We got Liddy on the
Liddy.
back. Bateman,
Lady,
my
she got a
basic.
perfect name.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh my God, thanks.
That's my little
Oh my
cousin. She
God,
crazy.
Keith Murray.
What?
It's going
I
straight.
can
We
say
got
that.
Bateman
Look,
is in
you
Straight
need
to
to
a
drop
head.
her a song. Oh my
Chris
God,
Featherston,
Keith Murray.
my man Shane, and I'm your boy,
Just
No
up the
Substance.
street, yeah, we
I-
need that.
we 35 minutes in. I ain't even say who was in the room, but
I,
yeah.
I wanted to
What
say
we
something in
talking about?
regards to that because, damn, I forgot what we was talking about
Oh,
as
we were
far as
talking
the
about-
question. But it goes back to what you said about thinking with your head first, because when you cheat, that involves emotion. You have
does,
emotions
yes.
for the
Yeah.
person that you cheat with.
Yeah.
You're
So-
lusting for them.
Right. So it's kind of like with love. Love is an emotion too. So it gets mixed in. So it's like it goes back to thinking with your head first, because you know how to decipher through those emotions. Because if you say you're at work and you got this girl that you see every day at work, you develop
You
emotions for
see
her.
her more than you see your girl.
And those start getting mixed
Boy,
in with the actual love you
That
have for
whole
somebody, that other
work
person.
wife, work husband
like
It's
shit.
some
shit.
bull.
I
That's
wish
cheating.
Caitlyn
I
would
wish a
wife
nigga
was
would.
uttered
about a
that she
work
had a
husband.
work
That's
husband.
cheating.
What's that mean?
Exactly.
Work husband is like work wife, work husband.
Oh,
is like
this is
somebody
my
that work
boy at
every-
work.
Yeah.
Break out the
They-
rope. See double touch.
Right, right.
I'm coming up to work.
Answer
I'm coming up
first.
to work and handling shit if I hear
No,
that.
because he knew what I was talking
I
about.
get it, I get it.
I don't have a everyday job that I go to, but she does. So if she had a dude that she was like, oh, that's like, not to me. I don't think she would
Yeah.
say that to me. If she told somebody else, like, I got a work
no,
husband. No,
I
we
ain't
pulling
feeling
up on
that.
him.
Oh, okay,
we
well,
getting
explain
on
what it
base.
is.
We pulling
Explain
up.
what it is
Hold
to
her
me.
hand.
Explain what it is to me.
A work husband is just, or a work wife is somebody like, if I had a work wife, I work with her every day. We might flirt a little occasionally, go do lunch or whatever, but then after work, it's like, and
Y'all
they
don't
say
do
it's-
nothing other than
They
that.
say it's nothing, but it's like, oh, that's
It be
my
But they
something.
really do have.
It's
a
an
attraction.
emotional
They
tie.
having a
It's an
kid.
emotional
It's an
tie you build
emotional
with
thing
somebody.
that you
And
have
that's-
at work.
I don't agree with that.
And normally,
I don't
I say that's
My
cheating.
wife ain't doing that.
That's
I say
cheating.
that's cheating.
That's your colleague. It's business.
Business.
I always say,
Keep
yo,
it
like,
business.
yo,
Not personal.
people, if you try to act like cheating is just sex, you showing where your value lies.
Yeah, that's a lie.
You thinking that all your value just lies in some sexual shit.
Right.
Fact.
And that can sex can make you do anything.
oh,
Right.
yeah. That reminded me of what I wanted to say to y'all. I'm about to drop some motherfucking knowledge on you bitches.
No, you hyping it up. It's about to be
Because-
some
Oh,
trash.
it's gonna be trash.
No, shut up. There's 7 different kinds of love. Did y'all know that?
Break it down.
Educate
I'm
us.
not.
Okay, so it's like a triangle. Picture a triangle
Wait,
in
can
your
I ask you
mind.
where this come from?
The triangle got 3
It's like
sides.
psychologists came up with it.
Oh,
Just
it's-
like
Oh,
that.
that's something
Men
that
are
you
from
believe
Mars and
somebody
women
else
are from
said. You
Venus.
agree
A
with
damn
it.
article.
Okay, go ahead. Break
Yeah,
it
okay.
down.
So listen,
Article.
if you picture a triangle, right, and the points are intimacy, commitment, and passion, okay? And then in the middle, if you have all 3 of those things, that's called consummate love because it consumes you. It's got all 3 of those things. You're intimate, you're compassionate. You're intimate, you're committed, and you're passionate. Okay? You get it?
I'm hearing,
But there's 3 other kinds. So that was 4. The 3 other kinds are companionate. That's when you have intimacy and commitment, but it ain't no passion. That's when your relationship is fucking boring.
Okay.
Then you have romantic love where you have passion and intimacy, but it might not be no commitment.
Okay,
you
I'm
could
rolling,
just both
Lydia.
be hoes, right? And then there's fatuous love
Your-
where you
your
have
face is
commitment
crazy.
and passion, but there's no intimacy. Y'all just fucking and you want to be with each other, but you don't really, y'all not really
those
intimate.
are not all forms of love to me. The highs, it's not the highs elevation understand before she sang the way you
No,
love.
no, wait, what? What?
Those are not
I'm confused.
forms of particular.
Is-
Those are lust
Those
and
are
infatuation.
That's
forms
lust
of
and
love.
Right.
infatuation.
But
Right.
consummate
Right.
What
love
Shane
is
said.
all of those,
Not
and that
love.
is the perfect love.
Like
That
me,
is
I
love.
believe like this. I would tell you.
Yeah,
like,
and he's right because you labeling, you just throwing love on anything.
On everything.
Sugarcoating
Just
shit.
fucking somebody.
Right.
different
Sugarcoating
kinds.
shit.
That goes back to how we was talking about how there's different
There
kinds
is
of love. You
different
can
types
love
of
people
love.
different ways.
But
So how
Those are
long
the
could you
different
be
ways.
faithful to a person in a relationship without being married? Because if I'm married, I'm never thinking about fucking nobody. But if I got a girlfriend, we might break up, and I might fuck somebody else or go back to that person. But if I'm married, I'm off limits totally.
I got a limit. If we date for 3 solid years and you don't marry me, I'm moving on to the next.
Lydia, who has dated you for 3 years?
No one. That's
Thank
the point.
you. What are you talking about?
No, it either goes or
Y'all
right,
don't
I'm
listen.
just like, nah.
Hey,
But after 7 years, you're
exactly.
What's it
Common
called?
law.
You should
Common
have
law.
that.
Common law. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but you
Guys,
don't believe in the
guys.
paperwork.
I want to
My
say
cousin
Not you,
is
a person.
crazy.
that's
She
right.
has fans though. It's people that hit me all the time and be like, "Yo, why she ain't on the couch?
Burger
She's not
King
on the
bitch.
couch because she
That's
don't want to
I
be on
was
the
just
couch."
saying,
She look like a
I'm not
velociraptor.
asking before we got on.
They
She
just
gonna
hear
be
your
on camera.
voice.
She's been on camera twice, but and I tried to.
They don't even know she look like Kiki.
It's that.
Palmer.
It's that. It's that. It's that. Nah.
She
I'm gonna
does
tell you
not
what it
look
is.
like
I'm
Kiki.
gonna tell you what it is, Kadeem.
She looks like
Kadeem.
Ducky from
It's
Land
that
Before
love.
Time.
It's that Love Is Blind shit. It's that Love Is Blind
She do
shit.
baby Kiki.
They letting that.
Don't she do?
You remember when she was in Aquila and the Bee?
Oh my god.
My cousin can't even spell.
The high cheekbone.
My cousin can't spell.
See?
She look like a velociraptor.
She spelled
bro.
Weinstein wrong last
I
week.
did. I didn't give a fuck.
How you
either.
spell Weinstein?
Weinstein.
She spelled Milwaukee
Yeah.
wrong. She not winning no
I
spelling
can't even
bee.
hear. What you say?
Weinstein.
A white
She
person.
threw an
See?
E on the end.
Of course.
Wine. Yeah.
Weinstein.
That's a white people name.
She writes on
You
the
should know
board.
how to
Wine with
that.
E-I is wine.
We getting hung up on the road.
Yeah.
Island?
Right. I spell, how
You
did
thought it
how
was
did I spell
Weinstein.
it? I think
I
I
spelled it the way you spelled it.
She don't look like
Drake.
Aquila and she can't spell.
Nah, she was thinking of wine.
What?
She was thinking about wine at the
I
time.
take that back. Aquila could spell. She was in the contest.
She was in a contest.
Look,
She was winning.
Aquila,
Look,
that sounds like a
listen.
dog name.
You don't need to spell no
Akita.
more.
Aquila.
Oh
Aquila.
my God.
Akita.
Your phone does it for you. You don't need to spell. Fuck that.
So,
Well, Lydia's-
Nah, it's gonna make you so
before
stupid. It's
we
Yeah.
move on, I want to say something about the cheating question.
Okay, go ahead.
Because y'all went around and kind of talked about it.
True.
So I've been on both sides of that fence. As a young man, I was with a woman for 10 years.
Wow.
And we have 2 kids together. And, you know, at that time, I was doing a lot of moving around. I was doing
Are those 2 holes in it?
I was doing
It's not 2 holes in it.
I was doing shows and moving around,
So random.
and I was going to a lot of different states, and I had love for her, but I wasn't in love with her. You know what I mean? Like,
So would you say you had intimacy and commitment but no passion?
no.
Don't listen. She trying to make her triangle work.
I had intimacy,
She
and
trying to make her
passion,
triangle
no
work.
commitment.
Get out of here with them labels.
But
No commitment?
Intimacy and passion
her.
but no commitment.
But
Okay.
see, I was gone a lot. You know what I mean? And I was tempted, and I'm not making an excuse for it. I was wrong. You
Right.
know?
You was probably
I was not
younger
a
back
good
then.
man
You was
to
out
her.
here,
I
bro.
wasn't.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
You didn't love her.
Yeah, I didn't love her. I had love for her.
You didn't love her
You
correctly.
fell out of love.
Yeah.
I'm a component of that. You didn't love her correctly.
But as
fell
I
out
got
of love.
older,
It was-
you know,
you-
you
you
can
got
learn.
love.
I
You can
feel
learn
like
from
you
your
can love
mistakes.
somebody and
Right.
cheat on
But she didn't, you know, she had her own issues
You
too,
can-
which
That's a conflict
I'm not going
of
to talk about any of that.
But
But
love-
I own up to my own mistakes.
We'll let y'all get.
So
y'all
I know
because
I
wanna get
didn't.
this
I know I
point
didn't
forward.
love. I know I wasn't in love with her like I should have been. I wasn't in love. I had love for her, but I wasn't in love. So as I got older, I looked at relationships differently. I just changed the way I felt, and you know, I think more about my wife before myself. You know, and the real key to love is placing somebody else over yourself.
Facts.
That's real love.
Facts.
Hell no.
Consideration.
best way to
That's
put
a sucker for love.
I guess I'm a sucker, man.
Love is the highest elevation of understanding. With a
Some-
force so strong it can be broken.
I would do anything without discussing it with my wife. You know what I mean? I don't make decisions and do
Consideration.
crazy stuff like that.
I'm gonna put
So
it on a t-shirt.
my love for her and for my children is greater than the love I have for myself. If I only love myself, I would be out here
That's selfish.
fucking
But you know-
anything, doing anything.
But you know what it is? You got a bigger picture mindset. When you cheat, it's more of like a
Right now.
a
It's right now.
short-sighted.
It feels good
Yeah,
right now.
This pussy
Yeah.
in front of me, you not seeing. You don't even pay attention to the big picture because you looking down at
And then the
Whatever.
pussy ain't even that great.
right. And
That's
then,
instant
yeah,
gratification.
and we have that sometimes. Be like, what the fuck I do
Yeah.
this?
And then you feel
Sometimes it
bad.
be in the act. I, be
I don't
like,
know
yo,
what
the
Chris
fuck-
is talking
Yeah.
about.
That's
What the fuck I'm
instant
doing this
gratification.
for?
Then you feel bad about it afterwards.
Yeah,
You know, you go on
that's-
the ride
that's
home,
it.
you mad.
That
Like,
dopamine hit.
I
It's
feel
that
weird because
dopamine
he
hit,
pulled
man.
my car. He's like, "Hey, his girl in here, so he not talking like he normally would be talking."
Right.
I'm like,
It's like
thought
it's
about-
like
she makes
it's like
faces
eating
the whole
fast
pod.
eyes, too.
Yo,
She
the
give you
whole
eyes,
pod,
too.
bro.
It's like eating fast food, bruh. That's all it is.
Yeah, it
you,
is.
You eat that
You going out with
Chick-fil-A.
fast food.
That Chick-fil-A good in the moment. Then after you like, damn.
Hey, but that
Like,
Whopper with cheese be hitting.
But then again,
Nobody's
That
Burger
Whopper
King
with
no more.
cheese be
Hey,
on point.
if
Hey.
you're not being loved correctly,
No
how can
tomato.
you
My
love
cousin is
someone
a
else
bird.
correctly?
Exactly.
If you're
No,
not
that's-
getting the
no.
same that you put in, how can you give it?
That's a fact.
And that's something that I
Reciprocation
was
is
dealing with.
important.
She wasn't loving me right. I wasn't loving her right. But when I
But he
found
was looking for
somebody,
something else.
yeah.
But-
so we were both stranded.
That's where communication comes. And
Yeah.
communication can either make or break it. It can
But
either
some
make
people can't communicate.
Yeah.
You
Some
have
people
to have
always
proper
gotta be right.
Yeah.
Communication is a learned skill.
What's
Yeah, no,
more
for
important,
sure.
being right or making
being
the
right for that
relationship work?
person.
Fuck being right.
Being right for that person.
Yeah.
Most people are more concerned with just being right. Like they don't give a fuck.
If
Like,
you can't admit you're wrong, you're never gonna be in a happy relationship.
in my
Valid.
opinion, if I tell you I don't like something and you don't want to fix it, then we don't need to be together.
Right.
We
So you
don't
don't
need to be
care?
together. We don't need
You
to be
playing
together.
yourself. You playing yourself.
It's just that simple.
You let somebody walk over your morals.
Right.
Yeah, that's
And
fact.
once you let them do it, and
gonna
once
do
it
it again.
happens, no, the
You're
person
shortchanging
Yeah,
yourself.
but the person that gets cheated on, they're never gonna forget it.
And you know
They
what's
might
like
forgive you,
Never.
but it's gonna come up again
You created it.
Oh hell yeah.
in an
know what's-
argument.
Y'all want to
What
hear
about
something funny
that?
though?
But you
Some
You was
came-
with that bitch. That's how it
Yo,
goes.
listen though. Listen, I'm gonna tell some of my light business, but I ain't did nothing with nobody since we've been together. But she be like, I don't care about the gateway to behavior. Like if a girl hit me and I hit her back, she be like, no, that's gateway cheating.
Gateway.
Yeah, no, that's what I said. You got to define cheating, honestly, and that's communication. Because you got to sit down.
They didn't say it, don't spray it.
My bad.
You got some Corona.
Hey, man.
Chris got
Yeah.
Give my man
Chris
some hand
Payne.
sanitizer.
He got
please.
corona.
He might have a Rona.
My bad.
God damn.
Oh, you got something
Back
with
the
him?
body work
Let me
stuff,
get-
man. Get him
This
some
ain't-
real.
this
Get him
is-
some
what is
real.
this?
Get him some
No,
real.
it's good.
Get him
Trust
some
me.
real pure.
Let me get, you know what?
God damn. Got a Perella
You can't be spitting on the gas.
Hey man, the
Come on.
conversation good.
Goddamn.
Man. My bad, man.
Oh, he got alcohol in him. I guess it might be all right. God damn.
Get you some of that, bro.
Yeah, go.
God damn, Chris.
Hey,
Oh fuck.
Dang, what was I saying?
no, I'm saying.
Wait, what you said
cheating-
something? Because this is a podcast and we
cheating is
mumbling.
any thought.
What you say?
About another
Did you say
person
something?
of the opposite sex.
Wait. Say it again.
A form of cheating is you thinking about doing something with somebody
True
else.
that.
That's a form of cheating.
And emotional.
So
know
you
it
saying?
ain't.
So you
No,
saying?
it's
You
not.
saying?
That's impossible not to see
I
a
don't think
person.
I don't think the thought is. I think it's what you.
No. Once you start thinking about it, it's a
that's
wrap.
cheating.
Because your thoughts.
It's premeditated.
your actions.
No, I'm gonna ask.
It's
all y'all.
premeditated.
I'ma
Wait
back
a
up.
minute.
I'm gonna ask all
Whoa,
y'all.
did you
Hold
hear
up.
that
I'm
bullshit?
gonna ask all y'all. So y'all
Wow.
haven't been tempted ever? Y'all escaped temptation?
But in 2 years I haven't.
You show me a man who's not turned on by another lady's
Well,
love.
no.
You don't act on it.
Yeah, right.
Yo,
That's
There's
what
not
I'm saying.
action-
one lady
no.
in the world that's
It's not
only
no,
attractive
Okay,
to
yeah,
you.
no. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying like
Oh,
other
yeah.
girls is not
Yeah.
attractive. I'm saying I'm not following through with no
That's
actions.
what I'm
I'm not.
saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That's
saying.
what
You
I'm
have
saying.
self-control.
Considering
Yeah.
thinking about
Yeah.
doing something.
Me
That's
thinking about
what I'm
it.
saying.
Me thinking about it is like putting
You
a
might
plan
say,
into action.
"Oh, she's
like,
beautiful,"
yeah.
but you're not
Yeah.
thinking about doing something.
That's what I'm
Correct,
saying.
I'm about to say, goddamn.
I'm
sure
sure
good,
if
yeah.
she see that, she be like, "Oh, he's attractive." Okay, I can't say anything that way. But once you
I
start
don't-
doing
Yeah,
things
you don't
behind
not
that,
have
That's
eyes.
when it,
That's what I'm saying.
That's
I
when
don't
it
think
You
you
got
ever
eyes.
escape
That's
temptation. I
crazy.
just
But
think
that's
you
what
become
you're
to me,
trying
mature
to
to me,
enough.
somebody
You
else
become
being
mature
a
enough to deal with it.
Chris, but
That's
somebody else
what
being
people
attractive is
don't
not
know. That's
temptation,
Yeah.
bro. That's
I
the
see,
world.
But you know what though? I think that when you're in a relationship, y'all have to agree on what you both believe is cheating.
That's what I'm
Because it might be some
saying.
shit you don't
That's
think
what I
is
just
You got
cheating,
said.
but they
open
might.
relationships.
And I got this shit called micro cheating.
Oh
if
my
you
God.
texting another bitch about some freaky
That's
shit,
whack.
micro cheating. I don't care if she lives in
If
Iran.
we're texting some freaky shit, the freaky shit's about to go down.
In my
That's
No,
cheating.
but I'm saying
Yeah.
it
In
might be
my
a bitch
action.
on the
That's
other side of the globe. It
In
might be
my
a bitch way over
opinion,
here.
See,
She might be in
the
Iraq.
worst kind of
She might
cheating is
be
when
in
your
Pakistan.
emotions are
see,
involved.
but some,
It is.
Like there's worse things than just fucking somebody. If you just fuck somebody just to fuck somebody, that's still bad.
That's because-
but
yeah.
it's like, yo, when you actually
Emotional
have feelings
cheating is
for this
worse.
person, and you might miss this person, you want to talk to.
What hurts the
and
most?
You know what's crazy? When you get replaced as far as being that first person that person wants to tell some
them
good
something
news
happened.
to. Like
Oh,
when they have
yeah.
good news and they want to
The
tell
worst
that
to
other
me is
person.
when
that
you
you-
gonna tell them about you. You go
Yeah.
tell this person something about me.
Right.
You talking
No.
shit about me to
That's
this person.
that's
Time out,
worse.
time out.
That's worse.
my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You
what
out,
I'm
you
saying.
gone. Once I see you talking about me to somebody else, you get the fuck out.
You really invested in this
You
person.
out.
That's
I
what I'm
didn't wear my
saying.
vest today.
Right.
That's what
You
I'm
don't
saying.
got you don't got
All
your
right, we
vest
can talk
on.
about this all night.
I know,
Yeah.
right? Like,
You don't got
we
your
had
vest on?
Chris reached out to some of our listeners to get some questions for you specifically. So I'm gonna let him take it away.
Oh, this is interesting.
Okay, we just gonna go off the first one. What's good about hip hop now? What would you say, as far as the state of hip hop is? What would you say is good about
This is
it?
a lot different from when you was spitting. Like you got bars. You got real metaphors.
I appreciate that.
You could spit, These some of these rappers is not doing that.
It's a melodic age.
Yeah, I mean,
It's called saucing.
Yes, exactly. We fuck with the vibe more. We want to hear like a good beat, and they can ride a track, but you had to spit.
To
even be on, you had to spit.
Valid.
How do you feel about hip hop today versus? It's not. I don't even know if I could just call it hip hop because back then I would say it was hip hop. Now
There's
it's
so many different stuff.
yeah, it's like
It's-
so
yeah, it's
many
branched
different.
off.
Yeah.
So you kind of changed the question. You asking what's good about hip hop today versus what's the question?
I would say, what would you say is good about hip hop, the state of hip hop right now?
Yeah.
What's good about the state of hip hop is that it's employing and giving people jobs and money, and it's broader and bigger.
I like that. Yeah.
And what would you say is what was bad about the state of hip hop back then?
Niggas was living them raps.
No.
No.
Yeah,
I'm about to say
that
nah,
could be
because
seen
I
as
grew up
bad.
when
Wait,
you know,
excuse me. You asking him or me?
Oh.
No disrespect.
He right. No, he right. This is my show.
What would you
right?
say was bad about the state of hip hop back then? Because we all know what's good about hip
I
hop
gotta
back
make
then.
sure I'm understanding the question. What
What was not so good about the state of hip hop back then?
was not so good about the state of hip hop back then? Artists was being taken advantage of for their money, from their intellectual property, for their monetary gain.
Okay.
They wasn't reaping the benefits of their talent as much. And then they got older, and then they couldn't fend for themselves, and time passed them by, and then they became depressed, and they can't fend for their families and things of that nature.
Would you say?
Like Jay-Z said, I'm getting niggas back for what they did to the coke.
Oh,
price.
facts. But would you say? Because back then we was buying CDs. Like I still remember the days of pulling up to the Best Buy. I had the big book with all the CDs.
You really was around when we was buying CDs.
Yes, man. I'm 32.
Nigga, I was around for that.
Yeah, I was.
I was gonna say you
I'm
was
only
like
24.
26, 27.
No, I'm 30.
I
Hey,
told you
I
they
appreciate
call white people niggas.
Hey, bro. My cousin told me my
Disclosure,
skin
nigga, I
looking
told
good.
you.
What?
I'm offended.
What?
But
You
no,
said,
no.
yeah, nigga. I told him we was in the studio, and I
Yeah,
said,
nigga.
You try to get me to say it on a
Look,
rap.
nigga,
I said,
first of
bro,
all,
I said, bro, I'm
pause,
not doing
wait,
Don't do it, bro.
stop.
But no, I
Niggas
was-
coming
y'all
in.
niggas
I'm
get
trying
off track.
to stop saying nigga.
I was gonna
Niggas
ask-
come in
Niggas
every
never
color.
ignorant getting goals accomplished.
Acronym king.
Damn.
bars.
Niggas come in every color. I don't give a fuck.
But listen though.
Use a
That's
nigga.
nigga.
So we was buying-
Use a nigga.
Nigger is an ignorant person.
Right, that might be
white
it.
or black.
Right.
Oh my god.
But he's a nigga
Let's
too.
get back to his question.
No, I was just gonna ask
because
him,
we
'cause
some
he was-
niggas when you like to be a nigga, not a nigga.
Look, when I make the
Chill.
hashtags for the episode and I write the summary hashtag nigga.
Don't do
Lydia,
that.
With
shut
it, with
up.
a R,
with you.
Oh, bro, all the time. But that's part of
Lydia,
the
shut
That's some
up.
part of the. This is
never
a good
ignorant
episode.
getting goals accomplished.
Damn.
No, what I was gonna ask though, because we was buying CDs back then, and I think the record labels was getting hella bread, but now it's not. You know, it's streams now. So you think like, do you think back then because of that, like they lost a lot more money than the kids that are getting on today? Because today, like I think Uzi's album, he did like 325 the first week,
350.
but back
I think he
then
did
350. But back then, people was doing millions. They was selling like, and I had to go out and get that
CDs.
CD.
Yeah.
I had to go
But
buy
the
that
artists won't
CD.
getting shit off the
Yeah,
CD.
exactly.
True.
So, you know what I'm saying?
That's why. I think that's why 360s came.
360s was out before
To
that,
give
bro.
you that gave them money that they had to pay back.
Well, what is
Correct.
the question?
The question is, who you think is getting like? Okay, it's really going back to Meg. Meg's contract is all fucked up, but they streaming now. Back then, people were getting the same kind of contracts, probably worse. She is the person that came up when you was coming up. Are they taking a hit on the money more? And now it's even worse. They can't feed their families or do whatever they got to do. Or somebody that's coming up in the rap industry now that they're doing streams, but the monies might not be the same. We see a lot of rappers. I know a lot of the stuff that people are doing out here is like for show. You know what I mean? We see all that.
They renting.
Oh, man, renting is. Don't get me started. who's
I
taking
think what
the
he's
bigger
saying
hit?
is,
Excuse me.
He got it, bro.
Let him ask the question so I can understand and answer it properly, my good brother. Because he's asking one question, saying another thing, and I'm trying to understand what
it's
he's
a lot of
asking.
questions.
He is
combined.
going on a tangent.
It is because
He's running on with the question.
It's a run-on question.
Yeah, you got to put a period in the question.
And it's kind of
Yeah.
fragmented. So
Who's taking the bigger hit? Artists today or artists yesteryear? Yeah.
who's taking the bigger hit specifically in what? Getting money?
Getting money, record sales. I think they probably
Who
the
being
show-
jerked more?
Thank
Y'all,
you. Yeah, keep it
y'all
simple.
are the new artists.
Who's being jerked more? There's many different configurations. Now, may I ask you, I'm gonna ask you, are you saying this so I can answer it properly?
Okay.
Are you saying is the game better now to get money
Yes.
or was it then?
Yes.
Valid.
Now, the game is it's an even playing field now. An independent artist can get just as much money as a signed artist is now or was then, depending on how you apply yourself.
Okay.
Meaning, streaming, you can get wild bread streaming. Selling records, physically, you're not getting as much money as you're streaming. Now, because the game has changed. The internet brings the world to you. Before, you had to press CDs, go out there, and use marketing and promotional dollars and physically go to each state around the U.S. and each country around the world in a fixed transformation of time to tally up from what the record label fronted. So you would be out of $10, you may get 10 cents a record or $4 a record, depending on however your contract and your bargaining power enable you to have a contract signed. And the artist would be the last to get paid, opposed from samples, opposed from producers, opposed from breakage, opposed from any other expense that was in your particular contract. And no two contracts are the same.
Correct. What do you mean when you say breakage?
Breakage means
Like-
literally the breaking of the CD, like in transit when they're on the.
Thank you.
the-
Ooh,
the
look at
ship.
you having a fact. Look at oh, shit.
I be
Stop,
telling
you
you
messing
bitches.
him
I
up.
know
No, because this is the first time she said
I
something.
be
She knew
telling
something.
you bitches
I'm
that
excited.
I'm stupid. I know things.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
exactly.
explain.
Birthday,
Hold on,
bitch,
hold on.
birth can be
Definitely
smart.
Google.
Lydia,
Ask me
So,
something before she googles it.
so
We're not filming.
it's
Oh,
literally
I get
breakage.
this.
Like if the CD comes off the fucking ship when they made it in China and it gets broken, if it
Oh,
gets broken
okay,
in the
okay.
truck on the way to
So
the damn
there's
store,
in
da
the
da da.
contract, there's like
Look
a
at my nigga doing
15%
some
reserve.
logistics.
It's called reserve.
I'm proud
Correct.
of you.
So
I know
when
things.
that goes back to the artist, and that's another way artists was getting jerked.
Yeah.
Because the CDs wasn't necessarily breaking, you was being charged for that, so you was being charged out your 10%, 10 cents out of $10 or whatever
Yeah.
your contract was, you would be held in reserves. So in 2 years, you have to, before 2 years is up, your manager or your lawyer will have to go to the label and say, what other reserves money? And you couldn't get any money that was sent back because the stores, if you didn't sell CDs, they would send them back. If they broke, you would send them back. So after 2 years, if you didn't go get that money, you couldn't go retrieve it.
That's crazy.
Everything's digital now.
Yeah, so you have to read the book. You have to have a known manager, and a savvy manager, and then a lawyer that knows to preserve you from all your different points and different clauses. Excuse me, I'm spilling. I got a chip.
You good?
In
Look,
the
you and
contract.
Chris over there.
Yeah, I got a chip too. And my daughters be like, "Hey, Dad, you spitting on me?" No, I'm spewing.
Nah, I'm passionate.
Oh, see, Chris be
I'm
spitting.
adamant. You're
You
yelling.
spew.
No, I'm
That's
adamant.
something he's passionate about.
Yeah.
That's our
So
go-to.
did
when
I
yelling.
answer the question?
Yeah.
Nah, no, you really like.
Yeah, that was
you
good.
killed that.
Thank you.
And she really added something very
Yeah.
important to it.
Yeah, her.
So,
Thank you.
so
Birkin,
That's the
bitch.
first time that's
Oh.
ever happened.
Hell
Well,
no.
yes.
Hell no.
See,
That
and
was-
they're
that is-
cousins.
that
They're
is-
cousins.
that
so
is the first time
he
I-
could act like that with her. A stranger wouldn't act like
It's a
that.
little first.
I
And
held
they
her when
kinda
she was
favor
this
each other.
big. When she was,
We favor each
Gross.
other.
Yeah,
You
you
think
tell your
so?
face.
Y'all do
same
fa- y'all do
nose,
favor each other.
She looks like a
heights, yeah.
goblin.
We got
Yeah,
strong
yeah,
genes,
they
I
favor.
guess.
Who? Your mother and fathers and brothers and sisters?
no. My
No.
aunt was her mom's.
No, your
my
your
mom
mom was my grandma's sister.
Okay,
So we're actually
y'all
doesn't that make a
cousins.
second
like a-
cousin.
Y'all grand
Second cousin.
That makes us second cousins, but it's all the
Yeah,
same.
Ew, that sounds
yeah.
gross
Yeah.
when people say that.
It's
Yeah,
all the same.
I felt like that, but the lineage is strong, the genes are strong, so y'all
Yeah.
look alike. Yeah.
Shout out to Eva May.
Even May, my grandmother
Eva
is
May.
Buddha May and Dolly May.
That lineage.
Yeah, even May was our great grandma.
From Charleston, South
Well,
Carolina.
his grandma,
grandmother.
my
Not
great
my
grandma.
great-grandma.
Nice.
Shout
Her
out
mom
to
is my
May.
cousin.
From where? Where did he derive from?
My grandma
Carolina.
is from New Bern, North Carolina.
Right.
It's close enough.
Near Gates County, right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
I live in
My
Gates
family's-
County now.
Oh, dope.
Right. I'm from Charleston, South Carolina. Mother
Yeah.
and father and grandparents.
Oh, I bet.
Know your history, ladies and
where?
gentlemen.
Yes.
What's another one you want to ask, Chris?
So, Keith,
That's my
You-
name, weigh it out.
you have one of the most distinct voices when you come on the track. Like you already know it's Keith Murray when you come on the track.
Yeah.
Who would you say has a very distinct voice in this day and age? Like somebody you listen to, you like, they have that same degree of recognition when they come on the track.
Gonna have from the cops. Hang on outside today. That's my nigga. Kevin
Okay.
Gates.
Kevin
Okay.
NBA,
Okay.
J. Cole. Kendrick
My
Lamar.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot of people now that
Yeah.
say.
R.I.P.
It's
Pop
like
Smoke.
most of the rappers that
Yeah,
are
R.I.P.
now,
Pop
all of
Smoke.
them
Pop
sound
Smoke.
different. They don't really
Pop
sound
Smoke
like
was
each other.
new.
Yeah, he was new.
But
Now he did.
aware of him now. I heard him, and then I'm starting to hear him a lot. Yeah, he got a voice, but he do sound like somebody a little bit.
Let's see. Yeah, that's fair.
50.
50 Cent?
You think?
You think he sound like 50 Cent?
No,
I think it sounds like
I
somebody
think
else.
so.
You don't sound like
sound like
50.
somebody else.
I
Listen
think
to
he got the
PTSD.
same flavor.
I'm talking about
he
the
used
the
that a
voice
little bit.
itself
No, the
sounds like
voice
somebody else.
sound like
Yeah.
somebody. But yeah, he's he got more promotion because
Yeah.
of his untimely demise.
I feel like it's tragic though. He
You
did
get
have a good-
lionized,
He had a
man.
good rap voice because I'm very sensitive to the rap voice.
He
Like,
had
if
a
I don't
voice
like your
like
voice, I'm
Lloyd
not gonna
Banks
fuck with
to
anything.
I feel like your voice is
did sound
extremely
like- that's
important.
Sound like
man.
Lloyd
Lloyd
Banks.
Banks.
Yeah, your voice is an instrument.
But that's
Yeah,
not 50
because a lot of people out here got bars, but their
your
voice
voice is
isn't.
annoying.
Your voice isn't distinct. Like I feel like Jay-Z got the voice like he don't even gotta really try hard.
He
It's
just
almost
talk.
like he just
is
get
talking
on the
on the
track.
track.
And, yeah, and he just
But
talk.
it's so fucking smooth. Like,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
yeah,
he 50 years old and still is like one of the most relevant dudes in hip hop.
People always talk about age. Hip hop is, I don't know, but hip hop
Well,
is,
it's tenure. Maybe his
Hey.
tenure.
hip hop is 47 years old. As you get older, hip hop get older. You're supposed to grow with it.
we're literally living with the genre. We're literally growing with the genre.
Exactly.
Yeah, a lot of us have grown
Very
And I
young.
hear people say, yo, you shouldn't be rapping when you're a certain age. What
Yeah.
about your fans that grew up with you that can't go to the younger concerts,
Correct.
the
Right.
Temptations and
They still alive.
and their fans are going to see live shows. So as you get older, your fans get older that remember your material and you consistent. Why not grow with it and have present a live show for them and still have a purse for that? I don't understand that.
I think 'cause they-
PSA teenagers.
They say
You're
it's a
still
young
gonna
man's
like
sport.
music
No,
That's
it's
after
not
you
a
not
turn
a
young
50.
man's sport because they can't do it.
It's not a young man sport because the young man can't fuck with us when it comes to
But
them.
it's a genre that's going.
It's
It
a
doesn't
certain
matter.
degree
I
of skill
wish that
involved.
the
Skill
young
takes
people.
years to build.
But okay, so now a person that's young listening to a young artist. When the artists get 40, are they gonna go listen to them same songs when they're 40 in the audience?
No.
Let me.
Bruh, I am
depends.
30 and I already see myself still just
Outgrowing
clinging.
that music?
I'm still just clinging to. I still listen to the new stuff, but I still got my stuff that I just go back and
Let me
listen
ask
to.
you this, though.
That
I
I
love
love
all
to
the new
listen
shit
to.
now too.
Yeah,
I love it. I
yeah.
love it.
But let me ask you.
Are they classics?
We-
Are they
that's
gonna
what I'm
be
gonna say.
classics in 30 years?
If you,
Speaking of that, I'm celebrating 25 years of the most beautiful thing in this world.
Hard.
Yay.
but check this.
We can go
In
back
25
to it in a
years.
minute, but that's
How old are
what
you,
I'm
Lydia?
doing.
You 20?
4.
So the album is
And they had.
Bruh, they did not. I'm telling you, when we was playing Fatty Girl and all that stuff in here, they didn't know what we was doing. Me and him was in here vibing. We was like, yo,
But in
we-
25
special
years, are you
delivery
going to
and
want to
all
hear
that.
Lil Uzi Vert? Like in 25 years, you
Wait,
still want to hear
Uzi
Keith
is
Murray?
different. I might still want to
Okay,
hear
that's
some
a no. That's a
Uzi
great
Vert.
question.
I might
That's a
still
great. That's
wanna
a
hear
great.
some
But will
Uzi
you
Vert, maybe,
go?
just a little
But
bit.
will you go to the concert and be the same as
When
you
you
are
50
now?
You're
years
not.
old.
No, but real talk. No, but real talk,
When you
Lydia.
50
No, but
years
the real
old,
talk, Lydia.
go for it.
You're
I'm
not
listening.
for the tempo of the music. When you're 50, you're not gonna want to go out there and mosh pit
Turn up.
with
Facts.
Lil
Well,
Uzi
maybe
Vert.
not, but at the same time, if we talking about Uzi Vert when I'm 50.
We're not
Uzi
saying
is-
the
Let her
music.
talk, let her ask.
Uzi is, I think, a year older than me. Okay? So when I'm 50, that nigga gonna be 51. So I might still pop out at the concert if
It's
you
not
doing
the
it.
age, it's the music. Is what we talking about.
Even still, but I'm saying, you know, when you get older, some shit is still, it's nostalgic. You still want to go hear that. It's gonna remind you of a time when you was younger.
Yeah, of course. You still want to hear it. You still want to hear it.
Nostalgia is a bag, Lion King.
Okay,
It
but
is.
listen.
No, that's
Okay, but Little Uzi Vert is exceptional. His songs
True.
like make you think and
He's a little different. He's not like some trash
Right.
that's hot right
But
now.
it's
It's not gonna be hot in
Like
a couple
to
years.
his
He's
point,
not
though,
that.
it's the music.
It might last.
In 25 years, just like, okay, listen to this. Right now, everybody in this room, no matter how old you are, you know this. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine.
Yeah,
no matter
age-
how old you are, you
yeah,
know
age
that
well.
record.
Yeah.
That's
But
a fact.
in 30 years, are you still gonna know? I need me a little baby that gonna listen. No, you're not. Nobody gonna be rapping that in 30 years.
No, that's true.
Timeless classic music
Yeah.
that exceeds age.
But it's funny because it's the lyrics. It's
You
the
might have
lyrics
something
that
with you
stick.
right there.
And I
I
think
know
that's
he's
one
right.
thing.
Because
That's
are we
why I
gonna be
said
like,
it depends on what
Paddock
artist
on
it
my
comes
wrist,
from,
When I
the
get
diamonds in
caliber
the
of that
kisses?
artist. Because you
Are
know
we
what?
gonna be
If
doing
we
that?
switch over,
I got another question
You
for
gonna
them.
be
if
I
we
got
switch over to R&B,
No. I don't pop
You're
it.
gonna pop it because your knees is going out.
Let me ask y'all a question.
You're gonna be taking.
But you still would be getting lifted.
I'ma still be
Yeah.
fucking it up. I'ma
Right.
still be fucking it up for the Bird Gang. But anyway, but I'm
Please
saying,
don't,
doesn't mean
Lydia.
that classics can't be made right now too.
Yeah, no,
because
they
if
can
we
be.
switched over,
Well,
over to R&B,
wait. You say it can't be, but are they?
Some
Let's
are.
keep it on.
sometimes if we
But-
switch over to R&B, I know that Summer Walker is gonna be a classic. That
But
is
you
a
said-
classic
okay, but
already.
you said-
I'm gonna be listening to that
but
when
see,
I'm
now you taking
78.
it out of the context.
hip hop.
Yeah, we talking
Yeah,
about
you
rap.
said-
But
the
even
voice.
still,
Let me-
You
same
wanna hear that
stuff. Like
voice
some
in
stuff
50
is gonna
years, in 30
last.
years.
Let me ask y'all a
Some-
question. Let me
Not
ask
all
y'all a
of it,
question.
because the majority, a
Look,
lot of
everybody
it is
talking
like,
at once.
Like
it's
some
hot
people
right
say,
now.
Keith Murray, you too old to be rapping like that.
No,
I say,
nobody
no,
said
I'm
that.
not.
But
I
where's
say,
the
but I say, no, I'm not. You too old to be acting
hip
like
hop?
that.
Hip hop is venturing
Yes.
into new territory. Like
Lydia.
there's no rule book for this
No,
shit.
but the people try to make
Casey
it
said,
That's
I
what I'm
got
saying.
They don't
You-
tell Van Halen to stop touring.
That's what I'm
They don't tell
saying.
Bon Jovi
That's
to
a
stop
fact.
touring.
That's
That's
just
a
growing.
fact.
That's
Turn
just
around.
So kill that.
That's
Those are
just
facts.
growing
Those are
pains
facts.
for hip hop because it's a
It's
very
still young.
honestly, even though it's
I think
47
because-
years old, it's still a very new genre. True. So we're going through growing
Because like I
pains, seeing
said, people say it's a
Jay-Z,
young man
Keith
sport,
Murray,
but it's
people
not.
like that
he
still
said,
rap over
it's
40.
not a young man sport,
It's-
but they try to paint it as a picture like it's a young man
That's
sport.
the
not.
trick.
Yeah.
Because
It's
the
not.
It's marketed
labels,
to the youth.
the labels can't trick an older person into
Right.
selling
Talk.
their soul.
Talk.
Correct,
Talk.
correct,
Thank
correct.
you.
Ooh,
We don't-
we get real now.
We
yes,
don't buy
yes.
a gimmick at our age. We want
Talk.
something good.
Correct, correct.
Talk.
You
Buy a
can't,
gimmick.
you can't give me a 360 deal.
And-
Honestly,
It's
that's
an even playing field.
that's a real gem because that's why they try and get you early.
And
That's
but
why
the
they try
kids
and-
stream too. I think I read like NBA YoungBoy. His YouTube views are like
Super
through the
high.
roof.
Super
Like he's the most
And he's
watched
getting money like that,
over
too.
Drake
That's
ever.
smart,
Everybody.
though.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So they look at that like, oh, we're gonna push it this way. But like you said, I'm not gonna be checking for NBA YoungBoy in 10 years.
But that's cool though, because you're gonna get money streaming. But me, I have a passion to be on the stage. As long as God give me breath, I want to be on that stage. I want to present my showmanship.
Yeah.
I have a lot of energy at my age. Probably when I'm older, I can't perform that energy, but I can still stand there and perform the lyrics.
I was literally about to say that. That's why lyrics are important.
I-
Because all that jumping around shit is gonna expire.
He does that too.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
I'm an
like,
athlete. I cardio. I run circles.
you can
around the
lean on your
youngest or the
lyrics.
oldest
You
and
can
hand
stop in
them
the
out.
middle of the stage and lean
Reference
on your
it.
lyrics.
Exactly.
Let me
That's
teach
what
you something about artists from his era. They don't rap over the fucking words. They know their words.
Correct. They just play.
They're not singing karaoke. They're performing.
Correct.
You're right.
Yeah.
I can't
that's a
go rap
performance.
over the record. It just doesn't feel right. I have to let it breathe. And now I have a technique. The crowd sing my records most of the time. I can
Correct,
put
correct.
the most beautiful like this and just be like,
Easy money.
all night, all my
Be a
records.
conductor.
I feel like the people
That's
who rap
because
over
I have a
records, they don't know the
producer,
words.
Eric Sermon, and I came in and he
That walkthrough money different now though. They'll come through, do the walkthrough, play the record. They don't really got to do
But
nothing.
you
but
want a
show
show.
up.
I want a show.
I want to show.
It comes in different
I want a show.
configurations.
Yeah.
You could do the walkthrough money and you can have the show money. Because the promoters, they getting money in different
Yeah,
ways.
well, you
so
got the
you
total
gotta
package.
save that money and invest that money. Or you gonna be like an athlete that didn't save his money. and
Right.
Talk about it.
But when you
Correct.
pay for a performance,
I want to see.
when
the
you
show.
pay for a ticket to a show, I want to come hear them perform. I don't want to hear them rap over the lyrics.
I don't.
True.
Either.
It's whack.
It's whack.
But you know what? if you dope and that DJ don't have your acapella, you
can make it
rap
sound right.
over the
Yeah.
record and sound the same.
Yeah.
But you can't stop and
you
Pause,
can't.
you
deal
can't
with the
say
crowd.
certain things you want to,
Yeah.
or you can't flip it, you can't personalize it. You gotta
That's the
stick to
difference
the
in a
script.
performance. You got to rap just
Right.
like you perform, just like you recorded it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then it's like reading a script.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But a lot of
Nothing wrong with that, but it's
No, but it's not.
They-
A lot of this
exciting.
shit. A lot of this shit you hear on
it
these
is
songs.
kind of wrong with it. Let me
They
stop.
forget
It's
they
kind of
lyrics,
wrong.
niggas.
Oh
Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
A lot-
I
His
hate
own
that too.
upside.
I
Right.
ain't with
But
it.
it's not exciting.
I don't go to a lot of the walk.
I don't like to either, but I went to no. This was not a walkthrough. Shag Fest. He had Fetty Wap there, right? This dude let his lyrics play and just walked around the stage and hyped himself up. Just said a word every few lines.
But
That's
that's
a technique.
because. But
That's
that's
a technique.
Explain.
It's a technique.
But he didn't
Elaborate.
perform.
I want
It's
the
a
performance.
technique.
He was doing ad libs.
I
If
was
the
about to.
crowd is hyped, why do you have to work that hard if it's a walkthrough? It's not a concert.
Well, he said Shackfest is a concert.
It's
Yeah.
a concert. This
Yeah,
is-
but it's a technique too. The crowd's hyped.
but you don't do it.
You feed
I
off the
do
crowd.
it.
I done been to
No, I
Kanye
mean,
shows,
he's playing
Jay-Z
his actual
shows,
song,
Drake
and
shows.
He recorded, and he's just.
But I got
I ain't
the
with it.
TV track, so I can hear it automatically where I'm at.
You
if
know
I
when it come in
do
and
stop
out.
rapping, even if it was acapella, I would automatically know because I'm
Yeah, 'cause you
programmed
know what
to.
the beat is.
But it's the technique.
I was.
Different configurations.
I prefer to hear him do it live.
Yeah.
I prefer to hear a live vocal.
I wanna hear
just
live
like
vocal.
singing.
Yeah.
You
Because
don't
you
wanna
walk
hear-
away mad like,
Yeah.
damn,
True.
I don't even want to sing the whole
Yeah.
song with him, but I want to hear him sing it. I paid for that.
A lot of these tracks
And I
are
don't want you to
heavily
freak it.
processed
I
in
can
the
hear that a little
studio.
bit.
There's a lot of
True.
effects on these tracks, a lot of auto tune on these tracks. So when you getting it in real life, it's hard to emulate
But
that
at the
shit.
concert, they're doing that now too. They're putting auto tune.
Yeah, they put the auto tune on the mic, bro.
But I'm saying there's a lot of effects that you
perform
can't
They can,
emulate.
yeah, they can
You can't
perform.
emulate.
Yeah, Travis Scott do it.
Yeah,
all do it.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And they be
You
fire
can't-
though.
Yeah.
Travis be killing his
No,
shows.
he's dope. Travis
Oh yeah,
Scott.
that was awesome.
Yeah, because he's an engineer, sound selector does that.
Exactly.
And he got the
the
energy.
right sound man
Future
at the
does
show.
that. I seen
Yeah,
Future
Future
on
does. Yeah,
something.
exactly. Yeah.
You got the energy.
Some people
yeah.
are good at it though. You know what I mean?
What else you got for him, Chris?
All right.
We almost
I had
out,
like
man.
2 questions in between that whole conversation, but I'm gonna stick to the list. When have you had to tell the industry no and why?
When did I have to tell the industry no?
You've been signed to label, so when is the label pitched something to you that you had to shoot down and why?
Oh,
Like maybe they wanted you to get with the times per se or whatever.
now. This is a good question because this happened to me at Def Jam.
Okay.
I feel that I know what my audience want to hear, and I feel I know what I can own and represent on the stage. And they like, well, I don't like that. I'm like, are you crazy? Oh, go back and do this, change that, do this. No, we don't like that record. It breaks your spirit. And
Right.
then you don't be on the same page as the corporation.
It takes you out of your element.
Takes you out of your element. Then you second guessing yourself. Then after the fact and you're done and you listen to the record, you be like, I deliver, you're crazy. Then the fans, then when the record come up, they're like, yo, I love this record. I love that record. Every night, like Candy Bar, I had a problem at one time. They would not put that record out.
Yeah.
BET was like, why are you letting the president, like, why you letting these niggas eat? Even Chris, the director, was like, yo, that's the #1 video. They will not put that shit out when I'm ready. Now that shit come on every night is popping, and I'm pissed to this day. I'm like, I could have been #1 with that record. You know what I'm saying? Tina Davis cried somebody had that record. She fought for that record. But we was never on the same goddamn page. And then they got fired. I didn't know they was leaving and got fired. You know what I'm saying? It was a rocky road then. And I was like, this is crazy. Then I was like, you know what? I'm not going to change. Fuck you. And then they was fucking up my shit. And then something happened. And then I got excommunicated from the label.
Yeah. Because you didn't listen to what they
Was telling me to do.
But they're
Right.
trying to coach you and make you do what they think is popular.
cra-
But you already have your core audience.
Yeah.
You know who likes your music, so you cater to them.
You've been living
And
with
I
your
said
audience
nothing
longer than
bad about
anybody.
Kevin and Leo, I love them. We just never was on the same page. And then after it all blew over, the story started coming out. Why? They was dealing with their own issues.
Well,
You think the labels have as much power as they did back then? Because now that artists have the freedom they could put stuff out on SoundCloud. They can, even with Meg, I want to put the album out. And she put the album out. Drake posting stuff on SoundCloud leaks. Like, we don't know who.
Well, independents have a lot more power.
Well, pardon me. Have you ever been signed to a major label?
I'm glad
asking the
he
question.
got me, so he got to get everybody.
We had a label on the table.
Have you ever
Wow.
been signed to a major? Huh?
I fell through.
He was asking me the
Damn.
question, my good brother. What was your question again?
Oh
No
shit!
I'm here to do an interview.
hey,
No,
do
you're
your
funny.
do your thing.
No disrespect.
No, go ahead.
But we double dutch it.
Yeah.
It was really just who like back then, like the label had power. They could really like you said, hey, we ain't pushing this record. But now you can really
Could you
talk
ask
to
the
your
question
fans.
over again?
I
I got thrown off.
he threw me off, and then you threw me off, and then the question is morphed since then. But
Ask the question.
the real
again.
question is
From the
really
top.
just who has the power now, like the artist or the label. The label had a lot of power back then.
The artist been had the power, in my opinion.
Well, it's like I said, it's different configurations for different situations. The independent artist who has a following on the internet and figured out, got power and a following with their
Leverage.
managements, got bargaining power if they want to go to a label to say, yo, I want X amount of money, and no, I don't want a 360, I want this amount, and this is how I want it ran. So the label has to go to them because the labels are downsizing and losing a lot of power. But now when they got that money, they can tell this artist, well, you want to come deal with me? You got to take a 360. I want this, that, and all of your
Publishing and all that.
publishing, show money, merchandise. So they get the power. Then the artists give it up. So when you are independent artist and you making more money than the label can, they got all the power. So when you go to a label, you're no longer independent. So you give your power up.
Right.
You give it up for a certain price. Yeah.
You sell
Because you
yourself.
feel like they holding something that you can't get yourself.
But
And it may
that's the bigger accolades, the bigger stages. You could charge $400,000
Yeah.
when you on a major because you got to pay so much. As independent, you can wait and get $400,000 on the back end, and you don't have to pay so much expenses.
Yeah.
I think that back end word is something that every artist needs to learn up front. Like, what's the back end, not just what you presented to me at the time.
That's valid.
So basically,
That's
what
important.
you
But when you got independent power, you have bargaining power.
Leverage.
You can own your
you
masters.
can go to them with
Yeah.
what you've already
You
done.
can get a 50-50 or whatever. You can get an independent deal and get 70-30. You know what I'm saying? It's different.
You know your worth.
Do you think that
you know your
the
worth.
labels nowadays are predatory on those smaller artists? Do you
Hell
think they're
yeah.
taking advantage, or do you think they're just like still somewhat fair?
Of course they're predatory. The name of the game is come in and take over. And if I have money, I can come and take over and dangle the carrot in your face.
Yeah.
And then I can control what material you make. And I can pay the radio to play a certain type of music on the airwaves to make this look like this is what hip hop and the culture is, and then make us look like savages and animals.
The power of the bankroll.
That's the higher ups are the devils. The gay.
Chris's face is
Not, this is what the devil.
I'm glad
is.
he's
I don't
saying
Chris, his
necessarily
words are
kind of
making you
believe
feel
it all the
good?
time. Oh, excuse me.
No, I'm saying I'm glad you're saying
This
it.
thing.
Yeah.
You got credibility. I don't got credibility.
But this is what you say.
Chris is
Yeah.
goddamn conspiracy brother.
Let me
It's
hear
not a conspiracy. It's just
if
the
you're conscious,
the
you know.
elites that run this shit. They do.
You talking about Bomani?
They talking. Yeah, because the listener, if they're listening back, the listener is hearing him, but they're hearing mumbling.
Sorry, bro. My
And
fault.
you're fucking up.
Hey,
your
Keith
podcast.
Murray producing our show, bro. My bad.
Hey, I ain't mad at you, Keith.
Yeah, go.
But yeah,
You can hear it, right? You gotta let them know. You gotta let them know. Because then people are not gonna want to listen to it over and over. And they're like, they're fucking shit up. I can't.
We fucking shit up.
Yeah. You're fucking up your viewers.
Hey, go ahead, Chris.
It ain't. It is long story short. The people that puppeteer this shit, I believe, that they worship the devil, and that's how, and it trickles down to how they treat their artists and how they feed off of people.
That goes back to the extremely circle of Illuminati, who own everything, all the corporations, all the labels. So, you know, what sells, we're going with. And we program this. This is what makes people stalk girls out on the corner.
Exactly. That's a good way to transition it to what the effects are of this shit. Because
don't they call that, like, when they do it like in its magic, like for magic shows and shit, don't they call it like priming or whatever? You think they're priming us?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we've been primed.
Thank you, Caitlin, because whatever she's
We've
talking
been
about.
primed. But on a lighter note, you got Lord of the Metaphors out too. What?
Yeah.
What are some of your favorite metaphors?
From Keith Murray?
I want to challenge. No, not from you.
Yeah, you got to be specific. That's all.
What are some of your favorite metaphors that you heard as a listener, just a fan of hip hop? Okay. You have any that you can?
From what era?
Any era, it don't matter.
Hard enough that I could chew a whole bag of rocks, chew an avenue, chew it off streets and off blocks, and turn around and do a same thing to a soloist, cause Reggie Lowe was pissed. I crushed the whole main brain, cause you couldn't maintain the funk. And each rap style for lumps, chumps, cause 92 I think a whole crew. Ooh. Well, EPMD, because I'm on track like a Long Island train conductor. Ooh.
You just had a whole flashback. That's hard.
Hey, our listeners is gonna be missed on that, brother. They gonna be like, what?
Hey, look it up.
Look
it up.
They don't know nothing
EPMD,
about
go
that,
look it up.
Man. They gotta look it up. Do your Googles.
I
man.
was a fiend before I became a teen. I milked the microphone instead of cones of ice cream. Music orientated to when hip hop was originated, fitted like pieces of puzzle, complicated. Cause I grabbed the mic and try to say yes, y'all. They try to take it and say that I'm too small, cool. Cause I don't get upset. I kick a hole in the speaker, pull the plug, then I jet back to the lab. Without a mic to grab, then I add all the rhymes I had, one after another one. Then I make another one. Take a break and ask the brother, is you done? Raquel.
See, they don't know nothing about that, bro.
Godfather.
No, they don't know nothing about
That's a real fan right there.
That's before their time, bro.
That's a real fan right there.
I think whenever you start like really listening to music, you remember them first rhymes that made you
fall in love with it.
I'll be like, too much West Coast dick licking and too many niggas on a mission doing their best Jay-Z rendition. That's when I, you know what I'm saying? That's when that Reasonable Doubt hit. That's when I was like really like, I was young, but I like, that's.
You could really process it.
Oh my God. That's when I really
He
like.
killed that.
Yes.
A lot of people don't respect that like they should.
Cause my hat is like a shark's fin. I'm bad.
Ah, shit. Hey.
Hey. Yeah. Hey. Lyrics, man. These kids don't know about
Friend of Foes. The Friend of Foe 1 and 2.
hard.
Them joints was dope as hell.
Hard. They don't know about that,
Friend
bro.
of Foe.
They
1
don't-
and 2.
they don't know.
Friend of Foe, yo, state your biz. You send the dope, there it is. Oh, you run the show, and these kids don't like nobody coming around here fucking with my dope for shit. You with the prize and dope, and I like it. But fuck with the big dog, Joe, I gotta bite you. Not in the
Goddamn.
plans. You get money around here, it's not in the plans. So hop your ass out of the van, head back to Kansas. Remember that?
Whole bunch of dudes
Hove.
around the couch reminiscing
And
on
then he
hip
had
hop.
the part 2 joint.
This is what it looks like.
Hey, no, I'm just.
How you forget how it went if you like it?
When
It's
I
bullshit,
really
man.
started listening to rap music.
Take that ice up to the nicest MC. And please, Joe, tell Big he's unbelievable. Friend of foe, be
Let's,
honest. Remember that?
hey, Lydia,
Yeah.
let's see if you can do that. Let's see if you can do
Jay-Z
that.
said,
Let's see.
yo, Jay-Z said I leave rappers' ass out like the jeans on Prince.
Facts.
Lydia, let's see if you can do that with Meg Thee Stallion in 20 years. Let's see if you can do that with her.
20 years.
Let's see.
She won't be able to
Catch
do
me
it.
in 20.
How about this?
Let me hear Meg Thee Stallion metaphor.
Let's hear some Meg bars.
Point
I
some.
am
She ain't gonna give you shit.
Point
tipsy.
some.
She ain't gonna give you
I'm not equipped.
No, you're
I'm not
lady.
equipped.
She ain't
I'm
gonna give you
ready.
shit.
All right,
That's where I got
guys.
my name from. That
Battle
name was
tested film.
bestowed upon me.
Who do?
It was bestowed upon
So
me.
let me hear a metaphor from.
I'm tipsy. I can't.
Oh, okay, cool. I get it. I ain't gonna,
My brain.
She don't.
I ain't gonna hold you.
it ain't
That
like
shelf
that.
life isn't.
We got about 8
We gonna
minutes
see.
left, and
You
we're gonna
never
make it
know.
to 90. We don't got to. You know what I mean?
We
This
the
has been
90-minute
great.
boys.
I appreciate
We
y'all
the
coming
90-minute
through.
boys.
We are really trying to create a brand here, make a space for
It's
people.
a nice show.
Thank you, man. Thank
We
you.
appreciate you, bro.
And it's not just another podcast.
That's about to be the new drop.
That's a hard drop.
Okay.
That's a hard drop.
It's not just another
On
podcast.
that note, 25 years of the most beautiful thing in this world.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
23 years of Enigma.
Yes, sir.
Longevity.
The show, we in Virginia Beach.
Hell yeah.
Keith Murray,
Keith
shout
Murray.
out to True Allah, 4for1 Entertainment, Def Squad, Hello D, Redman, Eric Sermon, the whole shebang, my man Shane, and
Tell them where you at
what's
again.
the quote?
7 City Syndicate.
7 City Syndicate.
Again, West Beach Tavern tomorrow, 9 p.m. We got
West
Keith Murray
Beach
live on
Tavern.
stage.
Shout out G.
G-Man Entertainment for
Yes,
putting,
sir.
helping
Yes,
put it all
sir.
together.
G-Man
Team Coolin'.
Entertainment.
And I guarantee you, if you come out tomorrow, it'll be a show you'll never forget.
Y'all
When
go out
is this
there.
airing?
I might have to
Thursday.
Cut. We might cut.
Oh, the
this.
show's be over. We had
Nah,
a great show.
we might-
You missed
The
it.
show was awesome.
I encourage you to
yeah.
come out.
That's true.
They'll have some
It'll be
footage.
over.
Oh, tell
We can
them-
make it happen for you
We,
tonight.
we might.
Hold up,
we
hold up,
might
hold up,
make it
hold up,
happen
hold
for
up.
you,
Y'all
just
at a
have clips
website?
out
Y'all
there.
at a website?
Oh,
Socials?
shit. Keith Murray, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and not dressed better than any gay man.
All right.
We got,
Okay.
Shane Dollar 757 on Snapchat, Instagram. DJ Shane Dollar on Facebook. 7citysyndicate.com. Shane Dollar on all streaming platforms.
Yeah.
Keith Murray on all streaming platforms.
And hit me back. I interact. And thank you. Good night.
Hey, yeah, we might get a cut up though, so we can put that out for you, bro.
Yeah,
Clip,
well,
we need that
yes, sir.
commercial.
Yeah, we'll make something happen tonight.
Yes,
sir,
yes,
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 sir.
yes, yes. Good
All
night.
right.
We
Abe.
really appreciate y'all for coming by.
Abe.
I
be working.
really appreciate it, man. We've really been working hard. We
Thank
came
you,
into this new space, try to make it something like a vibe, and you
Oh,
know,
it feels good in here. You got a good vibe in here.
Thanks,
Some feng
man.
shui.
Yo, shout out Marley Marl. I'm doing a new album with Marley Marl also. And also
Yeah.
look out for the new album that's coming out recently. Now it's done. Produced by Eric Sermon, called The Most Ugliest Thing in This World. It's coming out
Hard.
in a few months.
All right.
Switching it?
yes,
Hey.
sir. Let's go.
You talking about
Hey,
Lydia?
man.
What? Chris, I will fuck you up one of these
My
things. I'll
cousin
put my
not.
foot so far down your throat, it's come out your
His,
asshole.
oh, his tongue will be.
I can't stand Chris.
Lizard boots.
Right.
Lizard boots.
One of those.
Yeah, they lizard.
They lizard boots.
They
Oh
lizard.
my
No,
Gecko boots.
They lizard boots.
Yo,
Put my
She ain't got
foot
no
somewhere
insurance.
dark.
just another
Hey,
podcast.
Bomani, how did
Can't stand that
ESPN let
nigga.
you get away, man?
Hey.
You look just like him.
I thought you was Rory when you came in.
Hey, Rory might have to come do the pod. We might go up.
Hey,
Shit.
let's
Hey,
get it, y'all.
Just Another Podcast, Season 2, Episode 4. Shout out to Keith Murray and Shane for coming through. I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
Chris,
thank
Baitland, Liddy, Ave, B. Hood. The best podcast in the 757.
Definitely.
So
Likes-
far, that
no,
I know
no.
of.
Oh, bro,
Definitely.
we the best
But-
podcast.
And it's
They're not doing what we
it's
doing. The quality not where we at.
another.
It's not just another
ain't.
podcast.
We really gonna use that as a drop.
Yo, oh yeah,
Yeah,
we might
you
have to
need to
cut
use
that
that.
up.
Say it one more again. One more again.
One more game. One more.
One more again.
Shout out to G-Man, like they said. Make sure y'all checking out the Monopoly series. Like, subscribe, hit the bell. We got a contest going on. We about 25 most subscribers from 300. We giving away some money. Come.
How much
fuck
money
with
you
us.
giving away?
We're giving away $100 for
What you
300.
said
I'm
something?
trying to get it.
Oh, like, subscribe, hit the bell. All you gotta do is like, subscribe, share the post.
Oh, that's the bait and switch.
It ain't no switch. I'm giving the money away. Ain't no switch.
No, you baiting it with the money for the like and subscribe.
We
You
need
know,
that.
Of course, you
We
need
need
subscribers.
that.
Come on, we trying to get to
How
the
much
bag.
money is it?
100. I'm giving
We
away
in
300
200.
total.
Total.
300 total.
Yeah.
One of our guests, our first guest in the new season in a new space, she's giving away a $100 gift certificate to the Fly Girl Boutique.
I had $100 to it
Oh shit.
from
Damn,
his
we-
money.
Oh.
I don't know if that's real or not.
Wait a
We're gonna
minute.
figure that
Got
out.
it, right?
we gonna
Yeah, I
figure.
got you right now.
Hey, we gonna figure that out. But
Hey,
like,
everybody can use
We
$100.
starting
right
we starting
now.
to
Facts.
camp. We starting to
Get you some
Hands
toilet
up.
paper.
we starting to
hey,
camp.
Some
wash your
goddamn
fucking
toilet
hands,
paper.
you dirty. Yo, wash your hands.
I got it right now, $100.
Hey,
That's
Alright.
a conspiracy
Bet.
theory too.
Look
They
at
trying to
that.
stop
Keep
paper
money.
money.
Go to my site, like and subscribe also.
And Keith Murray will send you $100.
Hey, that's
No, I'm
love.
gonna put the 100 with his. But
hey,
That's love.
$400 we
That's
giving
love.
away. You
Hell
seen it?
yeah.
Shout out to everybody that's been fucking
That's
with the pod.
what's
I
up.
appreciate that. Like, subscribe, hit the bell. We got $400 we giving away. I might give away 200 when we get to 300 because Keith just gave me 100 cash.
Wait a minute.
Hey,
Wait a minute.
$100 cash out his pocket.
Nice.
Fuck with us, man. I appreciate
Bang.
that, bro. Just another podcast, episode 4. This been fire. Thank you.
For the people, baby.
Oh shit.
With the fried rice. I would like 3 chicken wing with the fried rice. I would like 3 chicken wing with the fried rice. Used to eat Chinese on the late nights. Had to lay with a hater who would throw shade wife. Box like an ocean. I ain't think twice. Turned into Larry Bird.